Hi, good morning, and welcome to Tottenham Tantrum Gold as we take it all the way back to 1981. Can Spurs win their first trophy since coming back from relegation? Can Vidia and Crook get the goals? Can Hoddle change the match? And can Keith Birkinshaw get his first manager as Tottenham first trophy as Tottenham manager? Let's find out. Hi and good morning, welcome to Tottenham Tantrum Gold, your home of classic games, classic content, classic debate, and every sort of classic thing you can think of. This morning we're going all the way back to 1981 to the 100th Cup final, the year of the Cockerel. It was Spurs' first FA Cup final since 1967, and also it was the first time we played all our games up to the semi-final within London. Apart from the semi-final, but we won the replay at Highbury when we beat Wolves 3-0 to reach this FA Cup final against John Bond's Manchester City. Joining me this morning, reliving this great match, is a man that's with me on every stream. He's my mate, your mate, Cougar99. How are you, Cougar?
Doing well this morning, thanks, Dermot. Looking forward to this one. So it's an all-time classic, isn't it?
It is. And down below me is a man that was probably on the bench at the time, where his father was on the bench telling Keith Birkinshaw what to do. He was probably in the stand starting a riot somewhere in the Man City end. It's my mate, and he's the man with all the opinions. He's our very own sort of Jimmy Hill type player. It's Ben Kauffie. Good morning, Ben. How are you?
I'm fuming this morning, mate. None of us were given a New Year's honour in the paper this morning. I think we were robbed.
I would have given it back myself, but there you go.
We need to have a riot.
Yeah. Yeah. We've got one person in the chat this morning. We'll welcome in. Good morning, Carl Simpson.
Yep, good of you to join us, mate.
Yeah, nobody's actually watching us, but good morning to everyone that could be watching us.
It'll change. He's gone. We're all alone.
We're all alone in the world now.
Probably catching up with
something.
something.
Oh, we've got one person watching us. Hi, good morning.
Anyway,
get the game up, Cliff. Right, I've now got to pop off for half an hour. I will be back. So I'm leaving in the capable hands of Cougar and Ben. And that person's gone now. So the other way is up when I go.
Indeed. It's another one of the videos from Duck Jive One's collection. Please get over to his channel and take a look if you enjoy the classic games with the original commentary as well. So fantastic channel to have on your list. I'll bring up the team. Oh, Carl is here, he says. Yes, okay. Of course he is. He wouldn't just go like that. That's the sort of thing Dermot would do. And we'll put up the team at the bottom of the screen there for everybody. It was a little bit before. Oh, hang on. We'll put up. I'll leave this one here for about Duck Jive for a little while, apparently, which is fair enough. Ben, a little bit before your time, this one.
Yeah, it is. I have seen it multiple times in my family. It used to be a tradition to watch this. But
your dad's a keen Spurs man, isn't he?
Yes, he is. My uncle is as well. Both of them went to this final on the green bus.
So not only will you have watched it a few times, you'll have heard all about it multiple times as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Driven into you. Don't get any much more Spurs than the Kaufman household at the moment, do you?
No, it doesn't. When we found out one of my relatives further afield were not supporting Tottenham, they were almost excommunicated. So everyone in my household is a Tottenham fan. Most of the people in my family are Tottenham guys.
Quite right too. My two kids, I have to forgive them for not really being into football at the moment. So that's okay. You're either Spurs or you're out.
That's the method in my household. Is what I've been. I mean, I was going to games when I was 3 years old on the old shelf.
Absolutely. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. You got to experience it even at a young age.
Yep. It was not even. It wasn't even an option.
Fantastic. Moondog, good of you to join us, mate. Hope you're going to enjoy the classic match from back in 1981, the cup final. the Ricky Villa final. Let's see what we've got now. I'm going to just put up the team in the bottom there. We've got Alexis, Houghton, Miller, Roberts, Perryman, Villa, Ardiles, Hoddle, Galvin, Archibald, and Crooks. The sub is Gary Brook. That's quite the team, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
We always do this on how many would get into today's team, and looking at that, I'd say quite a lot of them.
Yeah, they would.
Very, very few would end up keep. Even Kane, you might think, well, is he as good as having Archibald and Crooks on the pitch at the same time? It's debatable.
Can I just say something very quickly? Somebody in the chat asked for the 1901 FA Cup final. We found a minute footage, didn't we, Viv, last night? I just forgot to say that. We will be showing that at 5:30, plus the 1921 coverage as well. So that will be shown at 5:30. I have to go now. Enjoy the game. I'll be back later.
We enjoy the challenge. So 1901 FA Cup final footage. We've got a minute of it to show later. And we'll top that up with the 1921 because there's only 7 minutes of the 1921 Cup final as well. But amazing just that there actually is footage that still exists. Who's Tottenham playing? This is Tottenham against Manchester City.
This is Manchester City before they became royalty.
Exactly. They had a reasonable side back then as well. They're pushing for the cup all the time.
And good morning to Hasman. Okay, he's a new member. So good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning, Hamza. Good morning, Hamza. Glad to see you joining us. And Moondog saying I was 18 and I remember getting pissed. Yeah, that seems to be the sort of the sort of memories of a lot of Spurs stuff for me as well. I was about 9, coming up to 10 at this point, so it's one of my earliest memories of Spurs, and it's definitely one of the best. Wayne Bonner saying, "Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, Wayne. I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank you sincerely and deeply for the old games and memories you bring us. Thank you." Oh, thank you, mate. We just love going through this stuff ourselves. As I was talking on the channel the other night, I'd really love to start. I'm going to look to try and actually buy up as much of the footage as I can, because I just love doing this. It's fascinating. The more we can get on, the better. But it's difficult to get hold of so much of it. Copyright issues and people holding on to stuff and then charging extortionate amounts for it. The 1991 FA Cup final, for example, iconic game, and the semi-final, very hard to get your hands on footage of that without paying top dollar, unfortunately. But we'll see what we can do.
In 20 years, this game will be a public record. So we should have started this channel 20 years in the future.
I think it might even be a 70-year law in Britain about it becoming public property, and that's if nobody's bought up the rights to it. There's complicated copyright laws, and it varies between country to country. But we'll see. We'll see what we can do anyway. Carl Simpson, it was a year before I was born. Yeah, it's going back a while now, this one. Fantastic. At least the footage is good quality. That's something.
Yeah, it is.
Wayne Bonner, I was 7 when this game was played. This is my first ever memory of Tottenham. Yeah, you're close to me, mate. Good happy moment. Good happy moments. Dermot's going mad, linking all sorts of stuff on the stream. Oh yeah, if you want to pop on, there's a link there to come on and join us. And if you wish to donate, there's a link for that as well. But wouldn't be pushing for anybody to donate money. If you feel the need to or feel you'd like to, then we'd be very grateful. Helps us to improve the channel over the course of time, getting some better equipment for Dermot, for example, so it doesn't look like he's recording out of a fish tank some days.
Or an aircraft fan.
Or an aircraft carrier.
It gives my mouse and rats. It gives my mouse and a donkey a rest. You know, bless them.
And at the moment, pay for your electricity by the looks of it.
Yeah. I've gone back into witness protection.
Yeah, Dermot's off to do some things in real life for a little bit. Real life? Yeah, we'll call it that.
What's real life?
Who else we got here? Carl again saying, we had a crap team, didn't we? Yeah, terrible players back then, isn't it? Those two Argentinian players, who are they, eh? World Cup winners and everything.
I'm still not totally... I don't know much about Alexic, but he got the job done.
He did. Regular goalkeeper to us. He got us a really severe injury. And then Ray Clements took over. He wasn't a bad little player to come into the team. Moondog, Dermot has turned to the dark side. He certainly has. Normal employees get paid. Dermot, he just uses his force powers as threatens us. I don't know. I'm just here against my will. How about you, Ben? Feel Dermot's a little bit too much on the dark side?
Possibly. I mean, he might find your lack of faith disturbing, but we got to see where it goes.
I find your lack of faith disturbing. I'm going now.
Get your stuff done, Dermo.
Yeah, come on, get away with your bad self.
I want to know if Moondog sleeps outside like Wurzel Gummidge, because I think that'd be hilarious.
I used to love Wurzel Gummidge.
Have you seen the new one? It's absolutely shocking.
Oh, I daren't even think about it. It's got to be John Pertwee. I mean,
yeah, it does.
Doctor Who and Wurzel Gummidge all in one actor. I mean, that's perfect. For me, that's like Harrison Ford. He's Indiana Jones and Han Solo.
Yeah,
always will be. Right, who we got here? Oh, it's good to see the senior members of the public are allowed to play a charity game, presumably.
Yep.
You'd never get a player strutting around like that, no.
With grey hair, no, you wouldn't.
Grey and huge tash. It's like awesome throwback.
So transfer talk. Apparently, Jose Mourinho is interested in taking Tanguy Ndombele to Roma. I've got one word to say for that. Jose deserves a knighthood if he does that.
He likes him, doesn't he? I think he could do well over there.
Very good.
He doesn't really fit in with Conte's way of playing, does he? He's big and strong. I think he could be a cracking defender, but he's not the sort of silky smooth ball playing defender that Conte wants.
He's just got a lack of attitude. He can do anything he wants. He just doesn't do it.
Yeah, it's a shame that you can see there's something there that might develop, but I don't think it's gonna quite fit what we want.
It's a real shame because he could be the best player in the world if he really put his mind to it. It's another Pogba situation. If they put their mind to it, they could be absolutely unbelievable, but they just don't care.
I just realised what you say. Sorry, I'm sleepy. I was thinking Tanganga.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because I thought he would he could do with the developing a bit further. I think he's lacking the ball skills, but he's got everything else. But Tanguy,
yeah,
it's sort of the opposite, isn't he? He's got the ball skills and none of the other, so it's complete opposite.
Yeah.
Nice one, Kuva. Totally on the ball this morning.
Yeah,
that'll be something. If he could take him over and actually just pay to get rid of him, that would be fantastic.
I mean, if Mourinho wants him, he can have him.
Absolutely. You'd even take the quarter of the value, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
As a fan?
Get rid of him. Get him out of the team.
Yeah.
You save 40 million just on wages.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And apparently the Celso is interested in going to Juventus on loan, and apparently they're interested on getting him on loan. So if we can get those two out the door, Paratici might deserve the title that begins with a D.
But since we left it a couple of minutes, I better put this back in context again. We're talking about Wurzel Gummidge here. Moondog saying, I had a crush on Aunt Sally. Oh yeah, Una Stubbs, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Wayne Bonner saying there's only one Wurzel Gummidge. Absolutely.
Yep.
John Pertwee all the way. I was going to say Sean Pertwee, and that's his son, of course. He's in quite a lot of films nowadays.
There's a lot of them. I mean, with Daisy Ridley being in Star Wars, I mean, being Godfrey's granddaughter. I mean, it's like it shows that talent is bloodbound.
It is, isn't it? It's definitely something in the genetics, isn't it? It's they always say that it's like having Irish in the blood. You do find people get drawn to Ireland. I certainly was, even though I'm not Irish. What Man City on the attack at the moment? What do people remember from the comments? What do people remember of this game? Being a lot of people seem to be about my age now. I mean, I was at this game and I just thought it was just an amazing occasion. Something about Wembley anyway, but when you go as a kid, it's extra special. Everything's so massive. I just remember the crowd first of all. It was just this constant buzz. Even before the kickoff, it was just so noisy, so busy, so much anticipation. Anybody got any special memories of that? I wonder.
I wasn't there, unfortunately, so I can't. I can only really I can only really put it into my own experience of the 2008 Carling Cup final, which must have been something very similar for me. Just to finally go to Wembley for the first ever time, because Wembley was under construction whilst I was growing up when they were using Cardiff. Crap stadium.
So 2008. So you would have been what, sort of mid-teens?
Yeah, I would have been 12, 13.
12, 13. Yeah, I can imagine that being quite the experience.
First ever final at the new Wembley. I mean, it was a great day out.
Absolutely. Right. Okay. Other transfer talk. Have we got anything else concrete? I mean, the Ndombele one's a massive one, just to get him off the books, isn't it?
Yeah, it would be.
How much truth do you reckon's in that?
I mean, until he's holding up the shirt, it's all speculation.
Indeed. I mean, would you have seen it that Mourinho rates him that highly?
I mean, he started playing well under Mourinho by the end of his career. I mean, I think he could do well in Italy. I think Mourinho he's a dinosaur. So he thinks he can save a diamond.
It's dinosaurs come back if you believe Jurassic Park. So
yep.
you never know. He might get a tune out of him. If he does, I think that's good for everybody all round.
Yeah,
isn't it?
It would be.
Wayne Bonner saying, watched it at home with my mum and brother. Just remember the excitement and reacting like a nutter when we lifted the FA Cup and brought it home. Great first memory to have. Yeah, it is, isn't it? If your first Spurs memory is a trophy, then awesome. Trouble is, there's a lot of people following the club now. Barely seen any. It's Ben, yeah, one of them. But that's literally the only one you'll remember then.
Yep. I mean, I can't remember the 1998 League Cup final. It's just it was too early.
Yeah, sure.
Big up Alan Nielsen.
Yeah, I mean, people coming up to the age of 30 and they've seen like 2 cup finals, and I'm thinking that's so poor. Both League Cup finals.
Yeah, that's gonna change now with the man in charge of the club.
We certainly hope so, don't we? Wayne Bonner saying that Moondog. I remember the build-up in those days started about 7 or 8 a.m. on both ITV and BBC. Yeah,
they've got to bring that back. The cup build-up is part of the reason why the FA Cup has lost a bit of its sparkle, as well as Alex Ferguson does deserve to go to prison for what he did in the FA Cup, because I think it's his change in devalued the cup that much, and that's.
Yeah, possibly.
The FA Cup should be given, in my opinion, a spot in the Champions League. The FA Cup should be special.
Yeah, I agree. FA Cup for Champions League and League Cup gets you into Europa. That'll be makes both competitions worthwhile, doesn't it? I'll argue as well. It's TV. Yeah, absolutely. Ricky V.
Yeah, they've got to bring back the build-up.
I'll argue as well. It's too much TV coverage nowadays.
Yeah, there's too many things on the telly. There's so many channels and so many. So I don't know what you do. You'd have to. I mean, Sky make new channels every 2 minutes whenever they're doing a Sky Movies thing, like a Sky Movies Star Wars, a Sky Movies Harry Potter. So they could easily do like a BBC One FA Cup thing for the day. Just have a channel for a day. They've got the money to do it. Just have a day that's dedicated to the football.
Absolutely.
Bring back the magic.
Yeah, I love that you used to go show to show on BBC and ITV. You'd have your normal schedule, but they'd all be revolving around what's happening in the FA Cup final. Always remember that. And then they'd start going to actually dedicated. As soon as they went to dedicated coverage, it just was a different level. It was just such a massive event. And to think we were the team, it used to be our trophy back then. Yeah. It was amazing stuff. Yeah, really miss those days. Saturated with football now, though, like you said. Everything's Champions League, Premier League, every day practically, isn't it? Oh, there he is, the genius again of Hoddle. Chris Hughton there. Always judge the era by the style of Chrissy Houghton's haircut.
Yep.
One of the best fullbacks we've ever had. Would love to see him at left back now.
Yep. Proper defender.
Yeah, Moondog saying, Wayne Bonner, yes, mate, there wasn't as much football on the TV, so the excitement was even better. I totally agree.
Yeah.
It was so look forward to. The moment you had won the semi-final match, it was, oh my God, you looking forward immediately to exactly which day of the week it was, exactly which day it was being played on. You were building up everything towards the FA Cup finals, all you could think about. Wayne Bonner, well said, Ben. The FA Cup has lost a lot of respect, unfortunately. Ben and Coover, who do you want us to bring in January? Would you do a player plus deal, a cash deal for both Gio and Tanguy? Yeah, certainly.
Yeah, Giovanni Lo Celso, he needs to go. He's not the player that we thought he was going to be. We were expecting him to be a very creative box-to-box midfielder. And he's got skill, but he just doesn't have the work ethic.
Oh, what a goal. I forgot how good that goal is.
Yeah, that's a great goal.
Yeah. That's one he'll never forget, that's for sure.
But then it was overshadowed by the goal that's coming soon.
Exactly.
Imagine scoring that in a final and not being the best goal in the game. It must be
it's a legendary final, isn't it, this one?
But back to the... Giovanni needs to go. And so does Tanguy. Tanguy has to go as far away from this club as possible, in my eyes, as well as Delhi. Those three have shown, like, even when it comes to obeying simple lockdown regulations, they just can't do it. I mean, if you can't listen to guidelines by your football club, the people that pay your wages, you shouldn't be there. The club told Giovanni and Romero not to go to Argentina for the game, and they went anyway. I know for the Argentinians how patriotic they are, but it goes. You've got to listen to basic advice.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you've got an employer. If you're disobeying your employer, you should be in trouble.
Yeah.
Although I do understand it, playing for your country, of course, it's a massive honour. Yeah.
And I think in a way, they're correct in a way. It's not special to play for England anymore. It's not special to play for most countries, but for the Argentinians, putting on that white and blue shirt, it's like everything to them. It's like everything they've ever wanted to do. Yeah. And I think we sort of need to go that way as well. Putting on the England shirt or the Ireland shirt or the France shirt should be the pinnacle of football.
Yeah, I think the thing with Argentina, something that always sticks in my mind is there was a group of their fans crying away, and they got interviewed after they'd lost out in the World Cup. They're basically just saying, if we haven't got our football, we've got nothing.
Yep.
And I just thought, wow, because it's so many areas of Argentina, really poor areas. I mean, they've been under a dictatorship for ages. It's been country's been exploited by their leadership for so long. And the people suffer, so they turn to the football because it's the
same with Brazil.
Yeah, it's the one sport that's so easy for anybody to do, isn't it? Throw a couple of jumpers down and craft a ball out of anything you like, screwed up newspaper if you need to, but you can just play, can't you? That's why it's such a fantastic game and we all love it. Anyway, let's get onto a couple of comments again. Paul Brown.
We didn't
morning,
answer
mate.
who do we want to bring in from. We only answered half of Wayne's question.
Okay, I'll just do a couple of these and then we'll come back to it. Okay.
Yeah.
Morning and happy New Year to host panel and all in chat. Morning, Paul.
Morning,
Good
Paul.
of you to join us again. Wayne Bonner, hell yeah, that was the days when football was proper. Winning cups about winning the cup and not money. Absolutely right.
Yeah.
Silverware meant everything. Moondog, I remember my boss in them days was a massive fan. So he finished work at 12 o'clock. Good man, he was too. I remember during one of the World Cups, we had a lot of work on the place I was working, and we couldn't take the time off.
Yeah.
So the boss brought in a little portable TV so we could get on with doing like the paperwork while we were watching the games. Fantastic stuff. And then come the Friday, he brought in a few beers and a little mini fridge, and he set it up just for the World Cup for next week.
Yeah,
fantastic bloke to work for. But that's what happens if you got the football bug. You make a way to.
I mean, it sticks in my memory when I was going to a school in 2002, crappy private school. Before I decided, I was taken out of that and decided to go to another school. In 2002, the school didn't happen. Every day, these brought tellies into all the classrooms, and all we did was watch the 2002 Cup final in Korea. And it's just like, it's what you do. It brings everyone together, whether your class, creed, sex, or anything. Football brings people together, and we've got to bring that back in this country.
Absolutely. I'd love to bring that back, that whole feeling of the Italian 1990 World Cup.
Yeah.
Personally. That was just such an amazing time.
Gazamania.
It was. Never seen anything like it. I'd love to do a watch along of that whole tournament again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to recapture that feeling. Wayne Bonner saying, Ali will do well in Italy. He likes to walk around the pitch rather than run and put the effort in. Oh, do you mean Tanguy, maybe?
Both of them. But,
well, yeah, I mean, he would as well, yeah.
Delhi wouldn't last 5 minutes in Italy. Some Italian defender with skinhead, like 10 foot tall, will see him and just clatter him. And he'll be injured for the rest of the season.
Or he'll get himself sent off in no time for the niggling fouls on it, yeah.
Niggling fouls, and then players like Keane exploiting emotion.
Wayne Bonner saying to Paul, Happy New Year. Come on, you Spurs. Absolutely. Reply from and Wayne Bonner, seriously, I still can't believe how easy Hoddle made every pass look. So simple. Yeah. Nearly scored with a free kick as well a few minutes ago. Just amazing player, Hoddle. The absolute genius. That's why I always think we use the word like legend or genius too often in this country. Some players really deserve it. Moondog saying, bring back World of Sport, Stroke Grandstand and St. and Greasy, packed with great content and iconic presenters. Guess I'm just going down memory lane. That's what this channel's all about, mate. Memory lane. Absolutely agree. For me, especially St. and Greasy, I absolutely love that program. Could not wait for it to come on each week. So funny. Really was. Things like Jimmy Greaves, interviewing Mike Tyson always springs to mind. And they went in the ring together so Mike Tyson could show him how he does certain moves. And Jimmy Greaves has stood there terrified with a pair of gloves on. And he's saying about it. I think if I remember rightly, he was saying after he'd done the interview and he's talking to the Saint, he's saying something along the lines of, I was trembling, but I was trying to hold it together so there wasn't any urine in the canvas. And he said it just summed up Mike Tyson. The bloke is absolutely terrifying to be around.
He still looks terrifying with a pair of boxing gloves on. He would take out Anthony Joshua even at 55 years of age.
Yeah, absolutely. The only chance you've got is if you're into pigeons or doves or something like that. He likes his birds, does Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, that went off a bit off topic, but why not? That's what we like doing that as well.
I don't think it was off topic. Moondog brought it back. It was great.
Yeah, absolutely. Nostalgia of all sorts. We were doing on Spurswasion the other day about sweets from back in the 1980s.
Rosy apples.
Yeah, and Texan bars and the sherbet dib dabs and when it was called Marathon instead of Snickers.
Or Lion's Tea.
Oh yeah. Wayne Bonner loved St. Greasy. Do you remember when they said Sporting Triangles on TV? When they did Sporting Triangles on TV, ITV every Wednesday. I vaguely remember it. Yeah, it didn't really catch on too much though, did it? Just one of those niche programs. Yeah, St. and Greasy together though was just brilliant viewing. It was so laid back, so cozy, friendly sort of atmosphere, wasn't it? Anyway, let's go back to that question about who would we like to? Was it who would we like to see?
Who would like to bring in?
I'll let you go first, Ben.
I think.
Wait a minute. Should we do it in 3 parts? Should we do like fantasy bring in, would hope to bring in, or realistic bring in?
Yep.
Okay, let's go for the fantasy bring in. Go crazy.
Fantasy bring in is Matthias de Ligt to be our new centre back. I think that would be absolutely unbelievable. I mean, we really need a proper centre half that can be a leader in that back line, but also have incredible quality. Realistic bring in, I think we can sign Vlahovic. I think it's realistic. The agent wants it done. The player might want it done. The manager wants it done. Get it done. And realistic bring in, I think we will sign Kessié. I think we will sign a free contract, at least for Kessié, as a player we really need to play in that midfield and be sort of a mixture between Højbjerg and Skippy, because we really do need an engine in midfield but can also defend.
It's a fair old choice there, Ben. For me, I would love to see Bastoni.
Yep.
That'd be my dream one, but I can't see him leaving Italy for anybody somehow. I think I would hope let's go Vlahovic. I think we can't afford to miss out on him really, but that's going to be difficult. We're right up against it competition wise with him. Realistically, yeah, I mean we're linked with Kessié. He would be a good addition. Him, Brozovic maybe. Or we've even been linked with Barella. I mean, that doesn't
also
sound
Coutinho.
quite so...
Also, Coutinho has been linked.
I don't fancy him.
I think he's a quality player. It's just whether Conte can get him on side. That's the real question.
Yeah, is he going to have the same sort of enthusiasm coming back to Britain now? I doubt it.
I mean, it was brilliant for Bayern. At Bayern, he was sensational when they won the Champions League.
True. I mean, he's definitely got the quality. There's no doubt there. And then, what? Oh, hang on. Let's just do a couple of these while we're here. Because I've just spotted Guguma. Nice of you to join us, as always. Hi, Coover and Ben. Josh did it. He managed his 24 hours charity stream, which is absolutely fantastic. I just chipped in a little donation towards the end there.
You were just torturing him.
We were paying cash for him to basically remove parts of himself. Sounds like something you'd see on a horror movie, but no, he had his legs waxed and his head shaved, and he went through the ringer and raised well over £1,000 for the Cosmic, the children's charity, which is a fantastic effort. So big up to everybody who went over there. I know Guguma was over there for quite a bit as well. He can sleep now. He certainly will, won't he? I've pulled a few 24-hour stints of my time, and they're killer after the next day. You get second, third, and fourth wind on it. It's a really strange experience. Wayne Bonner saying it was their version of Question of Sport. Those two were always funny and brilliant together. Yeah, Saint and Greasy, absolutely.
Yep.
Brilliant chemistry between them. Really do miss that.
Question of Sport is no longer a thing anymore, is it? It's gone. It's officially gone, right?
Really? That must have been quite a recent decision then.
No, it's still here.
It's still here. It just hasn't. It doesn't have the presenters anymore, though.
No, it just doesn't.
It's not a Question of Sport then.
No.
I mean, a league of their own tried to do what they do, and it's just like it's a comedy show that sometimes talks about sports, and then add that twat James Corden in charge of it. But now it's got Ramesh, and apparently Ramesh is a bit of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's give Dermot a little bit of homework while I'm going through a couple of the comments here. Dermot, one of the questions was, who would we like to bring in the transfer window? And I thought, break it down to 3 parts. Go for your fantasy player,
Yeah.
your sort of realistic possibility, one that you want to actually hope for, and then one that's one you'd hope for, and then one that's actually realistic.
Okay. Also, I want to make a little bit of an announcement here. I've been thinking about this, and I think it's fair everyone should know why I keep popping on and off, and why sometimes I'm not here in the mornings. And Coover and Phil do a brilliant job when I'm not here. Is I'm going through some treatment at the moment. I suffer with COPD, which is breathing problems with my lungs, so sometimes my breathing's not great in the morning. And also I'm having some prostate problems at the moment now. I did come through a lot of treatment 2 years ago, but sadly it's back again, we think. So I have to start some new treatment. So it's just to let everyone know why I'm not here and that. So it was just to make people aware. Please check, all the men out there, check your prostate. It is so important. Check it every morning. But also I want to say thank you to Coover and Ben for everything they do in the mornings. They've been fantastic, especially Coover, who's been a real rock for me. That man has been like an angel, guardian angel for me. He's absolutely top notch. Phil as well, that is my other co-host, and also down the bottom Ben, but especially Coover. That man has been an absolute rock for me. I don't know, I wouldn't be here without him, and that's putting it bluntly. He's pulled me back from the depths of despair to me back to my bouncy self, and that's down to him. And I owe him everything. So I want to say a big thank you to you, Coover, for everything you do for me. And you're an angel. You're a guardian angel for me, and you're a guardian angel for everyone on this channel and other channels as well. And I respect the hell out of you, man. You really are. If anyone deserves a knighthood, it's you. But that's the reason that I'm in and out and doing bits and pieces. So that I've sort of just put it out there so you all know if I'm not here, it's because I'm not very well at the moment. But Coover, I want to say a big thank you to you, because you're the one that's holding this channel together and one that's on your shoulders some morning. So thank you very much. Just wanted to put it out there.
Caught me a bit off guard there, mate. Yeah.
Sorry, I just wanted to say that I had to say about you, because you really are an absolute diamond. One of the best friends I've ever made. And like you and Phil and Ben, the 3 of you are as close, we're like brothers in this show. And I just want to say a big thank you to the 3 of you, because you really have been such a support and a help to me, especially you two and Phil.
Family to me, mate.
Yeah.
It's quite difficult. It's been at times, because I obviously don't want to talk about Dermot on camera, because it's his decision to share any information like that, not mine. But yeah, Dermot's absolute inspiration to me. He's fighting through a very, very tough time at the moment. The man just keeps going. He's unbelievable.
I keep going because of you guys. I keep going because of you guys. That's why I keep going, as well as my wife and my family. But especially, this is my second family. I'm here, and I keep going for you guys. So, but please show this fella below a lot of love, because he really deserves it. Him and Ben, they make the morning shows their own. I'm just here as the passenger. These 2 lads run it brilliantly.
Certainly not a passenger here.
No, the morning shows wouldn't be the morning shows without you two. And with Phil as well. And we've got loads of new stuff coming up. And this channel has really been a changer for me. And it's because of these guys. So I want to say thank you to every one of them from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to you from the bottom of my heart. We all love you. And let's make 2022 a blast, because it's the only way is up. Right, sorry. I just had to get out there. I was thinking back in the way car on the way back, dropping a young lad off the train station. I thought, right, I have to come out and just say something, because...
Dermot, serious question, mate.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people won't know this. How do you check your prostate?
Right. To check your prostate gland, you have to stick your finger up your backside. That's the honest
needs
truth.
to be said.
Yeah.
To be said, mate, doesn't it? 'Cause a lot
You
of people
you do have to. I mean, I've had that done a few times. That's how I found it the first time, as well as scans and everything else. I suffer from a thing called prostatitis, which my prostate gland swells up, so it makes me feel like death. As well, I have had problems down there. I've gone through a load of treatment 2 years ago, as I said. I won't go any further than that. But yeah, you stick your finger up your backside. Also, check your private parts as well. I apologise if you're having your breakfast. I really apologise. But no, it's important. So please, everyone, just check yourselves. It's important, especially around this time. But I just wanted to thank everyone for that. For their, for the. I just wanted to thank them too. Anyway, too. So,
it does kind of time with the mental health part as well. Blokes
Yeah.
especially have a habit of not going to the doctor when they need to.
No, I mean, I suffer with also autism and ADSD, Asperger's syndrome, and ADHD, which can make me a bit of a challenge sometimes because I see things black and white. I don't see things as say like you do, Cooper or Ben or Phil or anyone in the chat. I see things black and white. I do suffer from borderline personality, emotional borderline personality disorder, which makes my life a little bit difficult. But I'm on medication every day for that. And I think it's important. I think mental health is so important at the moment that people need to talk. People need to realise, having autism and ADHD and dyslexia, which I do suffer with, and Asperger's syndrome, doesn't mean anything. I mean, look, I'm doing my own YouTube channel. If a tick Irishman here who never went to school much can do this, anyone can do it. But can we get back to the football? Because everyone's leaving this thing.
I'm spent, mate, just listening to you. Like I said, absolute inspiration to me, mate. Yeah, it does tie with everything. So please, you've got to try and look after yourselves if you can.
And we are going to do, and we will be doing our own, we'll be doing our own charity drive for autism and ADHD and mental health in the near future, in the next couple of months or so. We will be doing our very own thing.
I think we'll draw short of finger up your ass for charity, though.
Yeah. Everyone's leaving now because they want going to check their prostate. Right. Well done, Josh, and also bringing up to Josh as well. Absolutely fantastic what you've done. Absolute inspiration to a lot of people as well. So big up, Josh.
Absolutely,
well done, man.
Absolutely. We better get through a few of these quickly now.
A lot of them now.
It's going to feel weird going back to football suddenly, and then it'll bring back into where we are now. Because this is from a quarter of an hour ago. Moondog saying, Cuba, do you remember the program Superstars with Kevin Keegan came on the bike? I do remember Superstars. I remember the music as well. It's Superstars that also had like Jeff Capes and things on as well. I think it might have been. It was Britain's Strongest Man back then. Oh, sorry, Celery Agent.
No, hang on.
You're doing the clicks on.
Yeah, I'm doing the clicks. Yeah,
fair enough. Wayne Bonner, we should have got Dillick 2 years ago. Geo plus cash would be awesome. I don't think we had a chance of getting Dillick a couple of years ago. I think
no, we didn't. He was too much money.
He was always going to go to Italy or Barcelona or somewhere like that. Next one on Guguma. Yes, Ben Dillick. Yeah, fantastic player. I think we'd all.
Can I also say Messi's tested positive for COVID? That's
Messi has. All right.
Yeah.
So aliens can get COVID as well. It's confirmed.
Craig Bowler, Guguma, bigging up Craig Bowler. Yeah. John Fitzpatrick, big up everyone. Good to see you again, mate. Big up yourself. Adam, hello lads, and big up to Josh for getting the end of his stream and raising so much money. Yeah, it's a fantastic effort. It really was. Some very funny stuff on his stream as well, especially the bit when he's having his legs waxed. That was hilarious.
I did see that. My heart went out to him, I must admit, at that point. I will donate to his channel if he still can. I don't get paid till after Christmas, so I will donate something to his charity. I already did already, but I will do so again after Christmas.
Paul Brown, Paul Brown, what's that one? At the risk of sounding like an old culture, but but shit, all happened far superior 80s, 90s.
Mm.
Yeah, it's just it just seemed better for football back then, I think. Chris saying afternoon, Coover and Ben. Afternoon, Chris. Good to see you again.
And Chris.
Great bowler, Guguma.
Hi,
Heart
Chrissy.
for Guguma. Always a heart for Guguma.
Can I just say, Guguma is one of the loveliest people, and I can't wait to have her on our channel one day to get her Spurs memories and all-time 11. That is going to be a golden show.
So lovely to hear Guguma's voice
Yeah.
on Will Stewart's channel and on Josh's stream last night as well.
Mm.
Your voice matches how we picture you, Guguma.
Yeah.
You're just a lovely person.
Heart of gold.
Absolutely. She said to John, Josh did it. Yeah, because he did. It was good to see. Chris clapping for Guguma and going through a few people. Adam as well. Adam, where did I see Adam? Did we? Oh, he's coming on it. But, did we say hello to Adam yet?
Yeah.
If not, morning, Adam.
Morning,
just
brother.
replying to a few people here. Josh deserved every penny. Yeah, definitely did. I think the charity's going to be very pleased about that. Premier Hotspur TV. Morning, guys. What a fantastic watch this is. Good of you to join us again, mate.
Good, enjoy it.
Wayne Bonner. Hey there, Guguma. Good to see you again. Yeah, everybody loves to see Guguma. Saying back to John Fitzpatrick, 100%. Hello again, my friend from Guguma, and Dermot with the 3 fists. You're in there, Dermot.
Back to the rest.
Guguma saying, "Hey, Celery Agent was our hype man. He was advertising on We Are Tottenham TV for donations and got people to come over. Brilliant stuff. Well done, Celery Agent, as well." I think they got a good shout out. Josh got a good shout out this morning as well, if I remember rightly.
And can I just say thanks to Phil as well, because we also got a good shout out on there, which is quite humbling to be mentioned on that show. It's just something unreal. So Hollywood
especially from Hollywood Phil, yeah.
Judy's
will be back with us tonight, hopefully. So you can share your anger with them, ditching this for the bigger people.
Wayne Bonner, big up Dermot, put yourself first. Yeah, absolutely, mate. I'll keep saying this to you, but he won't have it. He won't have it. The one thing about Dermot is he is stubborn to a fault. He will he loves to be on the channel, so that's your therapy in a lot of ways, isn't it, Dermot? You love this stuff. I know what you mean. It's like a big part of my life doing this now. If I suddenly stopped, I wouldn't know what to do with myself. Paul Brown, Dermot, stay Paul Brown. Sorry, lost the last one. Paul Brown, stay positive and best of luck with all. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Paul. Celery Agent, yes, agree. Celery, do whatever it takes, Dermot. We all need you fit and well. Awesome human being. Absolutely agree.
Yeah, I just wanted to put it out there what was happening. I kept going off and I wasn't here, and I just thought, look, I'll just be honest with all of you. So that's what's happening. So I just wanted to put it out there.
You will have your bit of TLC on the channel, Dermot. So right,
yeah,
you're gonna listen to all this, please.
Yes.
Dermot,
I'm finding your faith very good now. I was about to give you the. Yeah, but I'm letting you live now.
From Star Wars, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Darth Vader
I find your faith very disturbing, Captain.
Find your faith very uplifting.
Yes.
Chris saying, Dermot, big up, man. Enough respect. Yeah, absolutely. Got an extra fist there as well. Guguma, yes, sending you good energy, positive vibes, Dermot. All extra hearts there from Guguma. You're on the fix, mate. And Kuva, you're a legend, man. I'm not. I'm just like you, Chris. We just do our thing, don't we? We've
got full pumps as well, so you need to do full pumps back.
Oh, all right. Let's get it.
Kuva the hearts. Kuva's the heart throbber. This outfit. He's like the he's like the Bono out of U2, and he's like the good-looking ones out of all the boy bands. He's the heartthrob all the girls go for.
Yeah, we're in a bit of trouble if that's the case, but
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah. Ben is also a legend.
Absolutely.
Go on, Ben. Give your thumb. Well, sorry. Go on, Ben.
Double
give your
fist.
thumb back.
In fact, let's get Ben up there, mate.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Because I can look over the top. We'll do this joke again. Oh, where's the other hand?
There's Stevie Archibald.
Head above the parapet.
Yeah.
Going wrong with the wrong one. There we go.
You look like you're in the World War trench.
Yeah, above the parapet.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
What was the name of that program in the 80s? What was it?
Blackadder goes forth, maybe.
Yeah. Ben, but Cooper reminds me of Blackadder a little bit.
I think Coover is Body Prince
Charming.
Hugh Laurie, yeah.
If there was one called Blackadder Goes Pie Factory, then that might be me. But
I think I'll be the Blackadder in this team because I just have witty anecdotes all the time.
We've got Gaguma here for Ben. Heart Coffee.
It's brilliant to meet Gaguma last night.
Check for blood in your stool as well.
This is close for me as well. Especially as someone like me that's had colitis since I was 10 years old. That's 16 years now. The majority of my life I've had colitis.
Yeah.
And you can't be toxically masculine about it and not go to a doctor. If something's wrong with you, get it checked out because you might have something a bit more serious than you think.
Especially if it's black. If it's black in colour, it means it's going through your stomach and getting digested. So there could be...
Yeah.
It's more likely to be something a bit more serious needs checking out straight away.
Yeah, that's true. We've got one here from Moondog here too.
Dermot saying, do not put yourself down. Absolutely. Absolutely, Dermot. You're a massive part of this channel. The channel's nothing without you.
I think you could cope quite well without me.
Wouldn't be the same, mate. We could do a channel, but it's not going to be the same. It just wouldn't.
Yeah, good doing here.
Feel honoured that you shared that with us, Dermot. Yeah, big up, mate.
I wanted to.
It's gutsy.
It had to be done because I kept missing shows, and you're a family. You're not just friends. You're all family. We're like a family here, so you needed to know. So. We've got John Fitzpatrick here.
233 subs. You're flying, boys. Yeah, it's going really lovely there. We're really humbled by it. If we had the 33 subs, we would have been exceeding our expectations by this point, wouldn't we, Dermot?
We would. I mean, this channel started. This channel started from this. This channel had a little bit of a difficult birth, but we've got it right now, so we're all here and we love doing it. It started from the YouTube channel. It actually started from the pandemic.
Yeah.
And it's trying to get the right people for the right channel, and we've now got the right mix, so I'm very happy. So, yeah, we're getting there. John Fitzpatrick's people like you that make this channel what it is, and we'll keep bringing you content that you want. This was made by the fans for the fans. And that's the motto of this channel.
Yeah, as much as we like to sort of drive things on us by hosting it, it is made by the regular viewers on the comments. I mean, that's a big part of the show is us responding to these comments. So it's nice to know that people can come on, feel they're engaging with us. That's what we want. It's the pub atmosphere.
Yeah. And tonight we have we're going back to 1984 tonight for the UEFA Cup final. So
we're doing that one, are we? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why
we've got Gaguma here.
Hey, thank you, Dermot and Coover. Would love to come on sometime in the future. I'm sure my Spurs memories is not as rich and far-reaching as yours, but I'd be delighted to talk with you. You'd be always welcome, Gaguma.
Yeah. You are Gaguma. You are the queen of the Tottenham Panther Army.
I'd particularly like to hear your story of how you got into Spurs in the first place. Is it going to be purely because of Sonny? I suspect it might be. Because Sonny's just such a massively worshipped figure.
I've got to read this one out. Me and Ben, go and read this out, mate. And
we can't let yeah. Yes, he is. He's in every show.
Do you mean by that? Do you mean past his prime?
No,
You're in
no,
every
no.
show, just like every
Yeah.
Tarantino film has to have Samuel L. Jackson. Every Tottenham channel has to have Coover.
Samuel L. Jackson on probably get away with, maybe.
No, you are the Brad Pitt. We're like parts
Spitting
of
image.
Ocean. No, we're like parts of Ocean 11. George Clooney, Brad Pitt, and then you're the mouthy one that blows up or tries to blow up the drains underneath. He was the funny one out of it. Like,
The-
beep inspect me, the beep you do, man.
Belonging under the drains underneath. That sounds about my level, I think.
Yeah.
John Fitzpatrick. Ben is good looking. One boys. Let's get it right.
Yeah.
I'm
Absolutely.
just trying to be the Malcolm Young of this. Just be at the back, hold it down, don't do anything stupid.
Guguma, Wayne Bonner. Oh my God, yes, I see it. I see the Brad Pitt in.
See, Guguma's after you now, Coof. Do you know?
Yeah, it's Brad Pitt. Seriously, I'll love the attention though. Yeah, brilliant. I'll see if I can get this movie contract. Then I'll really be happy then.
Guguma, Ben, it was so great to meet you on the stream too. Special moment for me.
I mean, it was brilliant.
Celery agent. It's people who share their own stories that help others. Awareness is
Yeah.
key. Yeah, absolutely. Big up, Turner.
We've got Super Tottenham. Good morning, Super Tottenham.
Morning, mate. Good morning, guys. Super Tottenham. It's Ricky Villa. What a fantastic run. He scored.
Yeah, it really was. What a goal and what a match, and that will be coming later.
And saying Kuguma saying hello to Super Tottenham. Paul Brown, LOL. If we could just transfer an ounce of positivity from this stream towards the squad, we'll be winning trophies left, right, and centre. Yeah,
That's very kind of you.
I mean, this fan base deserves a trophy. It's one of the most brilliant fan bases on the planet.
Can I just say, this is star comment of the stream so far, that he's got a star Moondog. He really has. Because I think he's got it spot on.
I mean, if Lettice was here, we'd be the Four Horsemen.
Yeah, I see the Three Stooges. Yeah, I think that's more our sort of style, isn't it?
and when it's just me and Cougar, it's like Lauren Hardy.
No, it's just Hardy and Hardy, isn't it?
Yes, it's just turned half time of the FA Cup final. Ricky Villa got the goal for Tottenham. He got the goal for Man City. Mackenzie, his name's Mackenzie, got the goal for Man City. It's 1-1, and there's Glenn Hoddle.
Looking as brilliant as he usually
and
does.
the back out quickly as he walked off.
And there goes my theory again of all the greatest players that wore their shirt outside their shorts.
Yeah. There's Glenn Hoddle. Been getting all excited seeing the marching band. They used to be a big thing in the cup final, didn't it? I don't know if they still do it now, do they?
No, they don't. They do it for the national anthem, and that's about it. They don't do it for half time.
He was actually shaking the hand with one of the band members.
He was a Tottenham boy.
Yeah.
Everyone wanted to shake hands with Glenn Hoddle.
Yeah. Flat Cat Pit.
Yep.
That's a good one. I like that. Guguma, Wayne Bonner, Guguma is there. Kuba even has the flat cap from Snatch.
It's a brilliant film.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Super Tottenham at Guguma. Hello, Guguma. Guguma, Wayne Bonner. Yes, you have a good eye, Wayne. And then saying Guguma, and then Super Tottenham is saying Glenn Hoddle was a genius.
Absolutely.
Right. Your question for me. Fantasy. I would love to see Lionel Messi at the club. Who do I think will come? I've got two. I think Kessie will come, and I also think Vlahovic will come as well. But I don't know if he's going to come in the January or he'll come in the summer. But I think that's the deal that Paratici will go over the line. And what was the other one, Booth?
Realistic.
That was my realistic ones.
Oh, just one you'd hope for. It's not completely fantasy, but one you'd hope for.
I would hope for Digit. To be honest with you, I think we need another centre back. I think we desperately need somebody to take Dyer's place. I'm sorry, as much as he's improved, I don't trust him.
I think you're spot on. I think Sanchez. A lot of what are the arguments, especially of what we've been having on the Irish Hotspur the other day, is if when Romero's fit, that Sanchez should give up his place. I don't think Sanchez should give up his place. Sanchez has been excellent the last four games.
I mean, we watched it yesterday, Keith, and he was very good, wasn't he?
He was indeed. I had him as man of the match. So did a lot of people.
I think Dyer has to make way for Romero. I think Romero should be the heart of that defence.
Yeah. I've got a bit of or a little bit of news here. I'm getting from a couple of sources. Right, let's see. Can I get it up now? Great. Let's get it up here. Right. One of them is
just quickly. Kaguma saying yes, really loving Sanchez.
Yeah. One of them is that Jose. I'll put this out in chat as well and see what they think about this. But Jose Mourinho is interested in signing Non-Bellier for AC Roma. The midfielder is close to leaving Tottenham Hotspur. Your thoughts on that, guys, and also thoughts in the chat as well, what they all think. But what's your thoughts, guys, on that?
We beat you to the punch. We've already done this, but I think me and Kuva came to an arrangement.
Sorry.
Me and Kuva came to the arrangement that if Mourinho wants him and he buys him, he deserves a knighthood. Because that bloke needs to get out of this football club. He clearly doesn't care about the people, doesn't care about anyone else but himself. He's got to go.
Who's?
Yeah, absolutely agree. Anything to get rid of him.
Yeah. Also, there's also been told that I've also seen and been told that Tottenham want to sign goalkeeper and attacking right back winner and a striker this January. As well as the chat, we'd love to know what you think. Start with you, Kuva. Who would you like to see bring in a goalkeeper, an attacking right back winger, and a striker? Which three people would you like to see us bring in for their positions?
Yeah, all of those. Yeah.
I want that man. He looks to be running fast.
Well, I mean, bringing in a goalkeeper, are we going to assume that Hugo's leaving or staying? Because that's a big difference on who we bring in then.
For me, it seems that he's leaving.
If he is leaving, I think we need to go for Henderson from United. He does seem to be the outstanding goalkeeping choice, with a possibility of availability, because obviously with De Gea, he isn't going to get game time. So I think he'd have to be number one choice for a goalkeeper for me. There's a few dotted around the different leagues, not just England, but I mean abroad as well. But I actually really like Meslier at Leeds as well. It's not quite on the form he was on the season before. Perhaps that's because the team's struggling a little bit. But he for me ticks all the boxes. He's good at everything, and he's about 7'3" as well. Fills the goal. He's got everything you need in a keeper, and still quite young, so he's still getting better. I think with Conte's training staff, all the coaches at Spurs we've got now working with Hugo, we've worked wonders with him. Defender, right back. Oh, wing backs are so difficult now because all the really great ones are already snapped up by the people at the top of the leagues. I think I'm with you though, Dermot. Lamptey's the one that really excites me.
Well, so Super Tottenham here as well. Get his first comment in. He said, "I don't believe," and apparently the Manchester City here. I just want your reaction to this. Do you think this was a penalty? Instant replay. Go on. What do you think, Lance?
Oh yeah,
it's a pen.
It is, isn't it?
It is a pen.
It really is. I love the way
the initial shoulder barge and tussle for it is perfectly legit, but the
Can I just say, everyone, don't worry. Man City, we will win. I hope.
Doing the league this season.
Yeah. This isn't Tottenham of now. This is when Tottenham was good. All right. Yeah. Don't panic, Mr.
Super Tottenham. I don't believe that Mourinho wouldn't even play him at Spurs. Yeah, I mean, I'm
at the end of his tenure, he was. He was
Yeah.
playing.
Yeah, he actually
Yeah.
was.
It's one of those that you know, you like Ben keeps saying, believe it when you see the shirt held up,
Yeah.
really. But it's I can see it. It's a possibility, isn't it?
Yeah.
Super Tottenham saying, I really like Lamptey at right back at Brighton. He's got pace and takes on players. Yeah, that's it. Exactly.
I've been saying this for a while now, haven't I, Cooper? I rather have privately and on here. Lamptey for me would be a great signing for us. He'd be a great right wing back at the club.
Always, yeah. Always, you have to ask yourself what sort of wing back does Conte want? And the two most important things, well, three most important things, they've got to have pace, they've got to have stamina so they can go up and down the wing all day long. And they've got to be across the
Perryman shoved the ball in your man's face?
Perryman had a bit of the Graham Roberts about him as well. We've got to remember that. He didn't muck about. Dermot's suddenly gone. Pressed the wrong button, probably. We'll soon see. The thing with the wing backs for Conte, they've got to have that pace, they've got to have stamina, they've got to be able to cross the ball. The defending isn't actually as important as anything else because that's the easiest part of a game to teach a player. You can teach them how to be disciplined at the back and how to do certain things. But if they're not offering that attacking outlet, it's a major flaw in the whole setup of the team because the wing backs provide the width. Especially when we're going through 3-5-2 formation.
Yeah.
Wing backs are basically more wingers than they are fullbacks. So Lamptey fits the bill. Some of the other players, I don't rate Emerson. I'm sorry if people don't like that, saying he's not given time or anything, but maybe. But I just do not see an attacking player in Emerson at all. That's a major flaw for a wing back.
He keeps falling over and pretending he's shot.
Yeah, I don't like that either. But that's the game in general nowadays, isn't it?
So Ben, get on to Mr. Paratici and tell him to buy Lampard.
Yep.
Yeah. John Fitzpatrick, we need to sell players before we buy. There has been can concrete links? Well,
concrete links for any of our players. Oh, has there been any concrete links for any of our players? Question.
Yeah. Okay.
For what I'm hearing from my sources, there is links for like a few of them, but the likes of Dele Alli to Newcastle. But again, Daniel Levy wants over the prices for these players, and the clubs are not prepared to pay them. So don't be.
The one thing about links is you don't make them out of concrete.
No, and also don't be surprised if Daly and all them are still here by the end of the transfer window. So that's all I'm going to say in that. And then
on the same subject again, about selling players before we buy them. That's certainly been the MO of the club since Daniel Levy's been here.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, with Conte and Paratici pushing him hard, perhaps he might actually be prepared to sort of break that way of doing things. Will he start getting the players in and do what Man United do? Take their time just getting them out the door afterwards, but get the players in first. It's more important. That would be a major shift then. Then we know who's doing the transfer dealings.
Or Galvin being booked here for that tackle. Totally missed.
Didn't touch him. Didn't touch him.
Great tackle.
Absolutely.
So thank you, John Fitzpatrick, for that. That was a good question.
Good question. Absolutely.
This one, I think I would have an orgasm over if this was to happen. Seriously, I would. I would have Segi on one side, Lamptey on the right side. Oh, my Jesus, what a wing backs we would have, and they would get crosses in too because they both can cross a bloody good ball.
Yeah.
I do rate Sessegnon. I'm trying to be cagey on Sessegnon at the moment because he's not shown his best at the club yet. But in spells, he's shown that he's really, really good. I know he's not Harry Potter, and we shouldn't be looking at him at spells. But Sessegnon, there is a player there. He just needs to keep fit. If he plays every game and he can keep fit, he's the number one choice left back in my book.
We just saw against Liverpool what he's capable of. That was a sensational game from him. Absolutely, Mo Salah in his pocket all game and getting forward a bit as well. It's just that's unbelievable performance. So we know what he's capable of. I agree. That's an exciting prospect.
It is.
Is Reggie good enough to back him up? Yeah, I think so. So I'll be quite happy hanging on both of those.
I just love them two players. Absolutely, that would brilliant win backs for me. But
nearly a holding special.
John Fitzpatrick says, "I'm feeling this month is going to be the biggest anticlimax of my life." It feels like getting Christmas morning and find you haven't got the present you wanted from Santa. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Daniel Levy's like Scrooge.
It's 20 years of form, isn't it? That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's done this one before. It's Conte and Paratici versus those 20 years of we
will be doing a show in the next week. I want to do a show next week on Daniel Levy's transfer, really just to make light how bad that man is at transfer windows. I mean, and also please explain this to me, right? Why the hell is Steve Hitching still at our club? I mean, what's that man ever done? He's bought crap players for over the price money. I mean, Jesus, Mary and Joseph and the wee donkey. If that was anybody else, any other job, he'd be sacked by now.
I want
to ask you two a question. I also want to ask the chat a question. Love to get your answers on this in the chat. Why is Steve Hitching still there?
Go on, do you want to go first, Ben?
Well, the realistic reason why he's there is he's a Levy yes man. But I think now that Paratici is the managing director of football, I think Steve Hitching better back up his ideas or Paratici will sack him. And if Paratici sacks him from the transfer team, he might still remain at the club, but it definitely won't be anything to do with football.
Can I just say that? Go on, Ozzy. Go on, give him a left hook. Go on, give him a left hook, Ozzy.
He's having a fight with an old man.
Yeah, he looks like he's in his 50s, that fella.
He was an actor in Brookside or something.
Yeah, look at that for a tackle. I mean, you talk about Emerson going down. That's the Huddle gets up. Ozzy gets up right. I want to give him. But that's the South American way of football, isn't it? Get up and start fighting.
Yeah.
Look at Maradona when he was at Barcelona. He was kicking, everything was look, and there's a Spurs fan getting a bit overexcited. Bless him. You know, he just wanted to make sure his mate Ozzy was all right. And you know, the guards there were taking him away for a nice cup of tea.
They're showing him where they work.
Yeah, a nice cup of tea and a biscuit and a pat on the back saying, "Well done, lad, you're famous."
My mum had such a crush on Ozzy Ardiles. She just thought it was absolutely brilliant, which he was, of course.
And so was
as soon as she heard him talking about Tottenham, it was mum just melted.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Should we go back to Hitching? I know it's a bit of a downgrade.
I'm done my bit on him either. I'm totally in agreement with Ben. He's a yes man. Yeah. And I think, for me personally, it's going to come down to the fact that Levy just likes to deal with him. He's Smithers to Mr. Burns. It's
he really is.
He's just that person that Levy's just wants. Do this for me, do that, make me a cup of tea. Oh yes, Mr. Levy, everything. And I think that's all it is. It doesn't matter. His level of competence is almost irrelevant. He just does enough to please Daniel in Daniel's eyes, and he somehow has learnt the technique of deflecting him from the fact that he's done a pile of shit in the meantime and got away with it.
Yeah.
So that's all it is. I think that's why he's still there when Paratici's still. Paratici's probably just thinking, "Who is this bloke? I don't need him at all." But perhaps he's got the same thing. Perhaps he's applying that technique with Paratici, and that's why he's still there. He's a yes man for both of them.
We've got a couple of comments in from Super Tottenham. Hitching is good. I agree. He needs to go. And Wayne Bonner says, what does Hitching Hitching do at our club under Paratici? Well, I think he could be giving nice little favours to Levy. I think that's one of the things he could be doing. But I don't know why he's there.
Perhaps he's the pressure valve between Paratici and Levy. Otherwise, it'll be open warfare.
Yeah, maybe. Super Tottenham says here, Paratici has all the contracts. He knows a lot of agents and players. Hitching needs to go. His signings hasn't been good. Mr. Blobby could have done a better job than Steve Hitching. I swear to God.
I mean, it all goes back to the Skriniar deal, doesn't it? When he flew to Milan and we saw pictures of Hitching in Milan. And it's just like, he just looked like he didn't want to be there. If he's flying to Milan to sign a class centre-back, you better turn up and be ready to do the business.
Sounds a pretty nice lifestyle to me. Fly to Milan to do a bit of business.
Yeah, right. I want to put everyone that's in the chat. There's 8 people watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. So please, anyone that's in the chat, who would you like to see? A, would you like to see Hitching gone? Yes or no? And B, and the same question that they asked me, who would your fantasy signing be? Who would you like to see? Who's your realistic signing be? And what was the other one?
Who do you think's actually going to come in?
Yeah, who do you think actually is going to come in? So please get your comments in the chat and let us know. I'm going to read them out and we'll discuss them as well. The match, lads, well, 2-1 down. Would you make a change? Because there was only one sub allowed here. So would you make a change or would you keep it? I think there's only about 20 minutes left. So what would you do? Would you change formation if you would keep Berkshire?
For me, I'll keep it the same because we were certainly creating chances in this match. And like I said, with one sub, you wouldn't want to risk it this soon in case you got an injury straight after. There was enough chances. We were playing good football. It's just one of those things with cup finals. It's not necessarily about how good you are. It's how well you hold your nerve on the occasion. I mean, come on, some of this is just nearly paid off there. Good bit of football. We was nearly hooked Glenn through there on goal, but just tired hard on the return ball.
I mean, it was the 100th Cup final. It was the year of the Cup Club. It was also the year that ended with a 1. So we had a lot of things going in our favour, didn't we?
We did. Sorry, I was a bit lost there. I was just watching Glenn Hoddle and having a bit of a man crush again.
I'm waiting. I'm just trying to watch out for my 2 Irish heroes, Chrissy Houghton and Tony Galvin. What plays they were.
See that? Ricky Villa chopped down, just got up, got back on with it.
His best season for Spurs was actually the following season, 81-82. He had a fantastic season that year.
He certainly did.
With Ozzy was great all of the time. Ricky Villa was great some of the time. And that's a shame about Ricky.
He struggled a bit in a few seasons, that's for sure. Like I said, Ozzy was great all the time. Even when he left the club, you saw him playing for the likes of QPR and stuff, and he just thought he should still be at Spurs. It was wrong.
And also the way we treat Steve Perriman, the way we treat some of our players has been absolutely disgusting, really. Some of our legends.
Like that. I think Jimmy Greaves is top of the list for that.
Yeah. I've got more quotes here, or a few more quotes, but a few more little bit of news to tie up the transfer bit of the show. Apparently, Antonio Conte's first meeting with the board about January transfer windows, he was told money would be tighter following the summer. Now, is this something you probably would have expected? Or will
following the summer just gone?
I think I think it's shade. I think it's shade being thrown.
Yeah.
Conte wouldn't have come if he wasn't promised funds.
Right.
Yeah, why are you going to announce to the world that he got loads of money to spend? That'll just pump the prices up.
Yeah. Okay. Let's hang on. We've got this other bit of news here. Real Madrid will offer Isco to Tottenham in the next 2 weeks if the player decides to leave the Spanish club who is out of contract. Would he be a player you'd love to see at Tottenham?
Brilliant player.
He's finished.
Brilliant. Yeah. Just not happening there. We're not paying them kind of wages to it.
Isco is the next what's his name, Leandro Demau, that he's linked with us every season and he hasn't come.
There was a point years back. I remember saying to some of the other admins on the Facebook page I was working on, the one of the Spurs pages, and I said, if he came up with a question, would you take Isco instead of Ericsson? And this is when Ericsson was at his prime, and my answer was yes. I think Isco is better at just everything. He's Ericsson with the more of a goal threat. He's just got so much in him, but now he's a little bit over the hill. I mean, if he was still in his prime, Real Madrid wouldn't want to get rid of him.
He's never worked out at Real Madrid. He's been stealing a living for years.
Yeah, though he did have a little period where he was doing really well for him, and then it just suddenly went like that again, didn't it? But fantastically talented player. I just don't see us paying them sort of wages, and it doesn't sound like a sort of Spurs signing to me.
Here's another one I want to put into the mix. Again, this is actually, I've got this one off the Spurs web, so you can take it as you want it, really. And it's from Gazzetta dello Sport, which you can take that again. But normally they're quite spot on in this year. I think, aren't they, Ben? They're quite spot on.
They're trying to sell papers, just like every news outlet.
Well, this is the rumour that's going around anyway. A reunion between Conte and I can't get
Lukaku.
Yeah, it's possible. Tottenham. No good.
I'd love to have Lukaku at Tottenham, but that's just never happening, is it?
It's one of the least likely things that out of all of the things that get mentioned. Yeah. More likely, we actually will sign Damiao.
Yeah. This is another rumour. Tottenham are ready to go head-to-head with Newcastle for the sign of ASA Roma midfielder Jordan Vertout.
I saw that this morning. I don't know the player.
Right, Ben, your job before the evening show is to find out about that player and give us an update. That's your little job. And then we've done this exactly. I read it again. It's from the Daily Mail, which, again, this is another rumour. I just like reading out these rumours. Do you know what I mean? It's just a bit of fun. Apparently, Hugo Lloris, DVB, Dele Alli, Matt Doherty, Joe Rodon loan could all leave Tottenham in January. Personally, if I was to think of anything, I would say Stevie B will go out on loan. Dele Alli will go to Newcastle. They will keep Matt Doherty as a backup for Emerson and let to buy another wing back. Joe Rodon, could go on loan. But I think that's what's going to happen. Guys, would you agree with that?
Hugo's not leaving during a sustained push for the top four. No way in hell is he leaving.
No.
I see him signing the contract. Signing the contract.
What about the rest? Could Stevie B on loan, Dele going to Newcastle, possibly Matt Doherty staying, Joe Rodon as well. Would you agree with that sort of scenario?
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, I find it unlikely that Doherty's going to be going quite so soon after joining us. It seems unlikely, but I mean, I wouldn't keep him in the long run. Certainly, wouldn't keep him in the short run, to be honest. But it's just the way things are. They're probably looking to give him a bit of a chance. Perhaps people are seeing something in him, so perhaps they can nurture him and get something out of the player, but I don't see it. The rest of it, Hugo, we've got to sign. We've got to sign another contract with Hugo. It's just ludicrous to do anything else. But if he does want to go back home, there's nothing we're going to be able to do. If he's absolutely mind set up on it, then he'll be off. So we've got to have we've got to have those other options in the pipeline, haven't we? Yeah. And if it turns out that it's the prime time to sign Henderson from Man United, then perhaps that's what we should do.
Okay, we'll get through a couple of these comments here. Some really good comments, actually. So you get reading out there, Clive, and then get Ben, and then I'll put my piece in as well.
Okay, super Tottenham. I really want Leroy Sané from Bayern, but I've never happened. Class player. Yeah, he is.
Lightning
lightning fast.
Good morning. It must be morning in Vietnam, but good morning, Ben Parker. Absolutely, absolutely. I'm going to call him our Spider-Man because of Peter Parker. Ben Parker's our Spider-Man he's our own little superhero on the channel. So good morning, sir. And he's agreeing with Super Tottenham. So yes, Zane is a really good player.
Garth Crooks just scoring a goal there.
Oh, I missed that. That's
it's
my
the
favourite.
evening in Vietnam. It's 8 o'clock in the evening.
It's my favourite. Oh, look at the pass for Hoddle. Just look at that for a pass.
Flat pass.
What and Garth Crooks in there. I mean, that little dink. Galvin, is that Ricky? Ricky. And look at the dink. Look at the dink. There. That was the dink. Archibald, little touch, and then Garth Crooks leading. What a goal.
Archibald actually miscontrolling it for a change.
Yeah, I know.
Worked out well there. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Super Topton, Ben Parker, I agree.
Yeah. Right. Definitely a class player. Is there any truth in Coutinho joining Spurs, says Super Topton?
I have an update on this. I do have an update on this. From what I'm hearing from my source, it could be a real possibility. There is talks between Tottenham's representatives and Barcelona and Coutinho as we talk. They don't know if it's going to be a permanent deal or a loan to buy deal. They're still discussing that between Tottenham and Barcelona, but this deal could happen. That's what I'm hearing at the moment. But Coutinho wants to come back to the Premier League, and he wants to come to Spurs under Conte. So that's all I know at the moment. As soon as I know more, I will let you know.
That would certainly be our creative midfielder.
Yeah.
Long shots, free kicks.
Yeah. And that would also work with a 3-5-2 setup, because then you would have Skip and Højbjerg behind him for the solidity in the team.
Yeah. But I will.
Could fit.
Yeah, but I will say, for all the latest Tottenham transfer news and all the latest goings on at Spurs in and out, please get over to Matty Hayes. Brilliant YouTube channel. A fellow Irishman. So get over to Matty Hayes' channel. He will give you the latest. We'll try to bring you the latest here too. But Matty Hayes is the YouTube's Tottenham transfer guru. So everyone go over to Matty Hayes' channel as well. Top bloke. I'd love to get him on here for his all-time Spurs 11 and his Spurs memories. But Matty Hayes is a top bloke. So please go over there. He's the YouTube channel of Tottenham guru.
Yep.
And I've done this one. Yep.
Okay.
Do you want to read that one out, Piv?
I'm sorry. John Fitzpatrick, does Doherty get in your Spurs Irish 11?
Very quick answer. Yes.
It's only because you haven't got any choices. Oh, yes, you have.
Yeah,
I've got a much better right back.
Yeah, but he does. He gets on the subs bench. Right.
Good game. I do not know much about Steve Hitching except what I've heard on streams and seen on sideline fan cams. I would love to get Dilicht. Daichi Kamada looks very interesting. Yeah, he's one we've been with a while ago. It's sort of gone a bit quiet lately. But yeah, he's a very, very exciting player. I would certainly wouldn't be against signing him.
No, I wouldn't.
John Fitzpatrick goal. Oh yeah, the Garfield one.
Go on, Ben. Give a South American goal. Go on.
I'm not doing it again.
Oh, I always expect to hear Lazio on the end of that.
Golazo!
Right. Salary agent, get rid of Hitching. Give some of his salary to the poor coffee lady that had to listen to him.
Give me some of his salary. I need the money as well. I have to deal with him.
Right now, give me some of that coffee.
Yeah, same here.
Guguma, yes, I like Leroy Sané. Yeah, he's a really exciting player, isn't he? Guguma, hello to the Bin Parker.
Yeah, our own Spider-Man.
Guguma asking, wow, I've not watched Coutinho play since he was at Liverpool. Where is he now? Where is he now?
He's at Barcelona.
It's never worked for Barcelona.
Yeah, it was Barcelona, then Bayern Munich on loan, though, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then he knocked Barcelona out the cup, which is awkward, to say the least.
He was very good at Bayern Munich. I have to say, he played
He was
better at
excellent.
Bayern Munich. I think it's just
which made me think, why didn't they sign him permanently?
Maybe an attitude problem.
Maybe. But it's one of those things you think, what exactly has happened with him? Because it's been a strange little time for him since he left Liverpool.
Yeah.
You'd think somebody playing that well going to Barcelona is an easy option, but it doesn't always work out like that. Ben Parker saying, "Hi, Gagooma and everyone. Hello again, mate. Obviously, you're delighted to see you again as a regular." Yeah, but Gagooma said Barker was it? Yes, it was Barcelona. So Tottenham confirming that. Ben Parker saying Isco will be free at the end of the. Sorry?
I was just bringing it up for you. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm a bit slow.
Isco will be free at the end of the season, so if Real want to cash back, they need to sell him.
For me, true. I don't want him. He's over the hill. We need someone that's more up and coming. If it's Coutinho, I can see why we want him, because he's shown in the last couple of years he can win a Champions League. But Isco hasn't done anything of note for years. I wouldn't have him.
Yeah, I'd say Isco about 5 years ago definitely would be interested. But
This is the goal. This is the goal. This is the goal. This is the goal.
We're going to stop for this one.
Go on, Ben. Do your South American. Go on.
Oh, look.
It doesn't. That'd be a disrespect for that.
What
that
a
goal.
goal! I mean, that just brings. Sorry, Ben, but Ben, we'll just take you off there, Ben.
All-time iconic FA Cup goal.
Yeah.
And he does the typical Ricky Villa celebration, which is just run like a madman, run away from everyone. Everyone's chasing him.
Which country do you think usually has the best celebrations in world football?
Brazil.
It's usually some of the African companies like Luwalawa doing the triple backflip.
I mean, you can imagine Graf Cook saying, "Pass the fucking ball, pass the fucking ball." Steve Archibald must have been shouting, "Pass the fucking ball, pass the
I always
fucking
quite
ball."
like the way Italy tended to celebrate. People like, remember Toto Schillaci, the great Sicilian? Yeah, when he'd run away and he's shaking his head and it's like all the veins on his face are popping out and he's squeezing his hands together and it's like it's the greatest thing that's ever happened in his life, shaking his head like that. And you just think, wow, calm down, mate.
I love Balotelli's celebration as well. Just the absolute no expression and just getting his muscles out.
Can I just quickly say, this was shown on the BBC and ITV. BBC's commentators were Brian Moore and Jack Charlton, and on the BBC it was John Motson and Jimmy Hill.
Motty, love John Motson. He was always my favourite.
I was watching a little bit of Ireland versus England 1995 when the riots happened, and I was listening to Jimmy Hill's comment after they were commentating about it after the match, and I'll tell you one thing: a lot of what he said actually made a lot of sense. And at the time, I used to always did not like Jimmy Hill. Now he's been gone a little while now, bless him. But he did make some sensible things at the time. I mean, he was right, and he's actually born what he said, that hooliganism wasn't football's problem, it was society's problem.
Yeah, it was.
And it proves that any time there's a Tory government that makes stupid decisions, society breaks.
It's
an English problem. It's a totally an English problem. As much as I'd like to blame the establishment at every opportunity, it's British society likes to fight people. It's what we do.
And that's where you never beat the Irish come from, because the English fans were. This is a true story. I think it was around the time there was downright no surrender to IRA and all this stuff, and the Irish fans saying we never beat the Irish, and that was going round Lansdowne Road at the time. The guy were battering the hell out. The English fans are trying to start a fight, but the Irish fans saying,
it's why we call it the English disease. It is just something we bring wherever.
It didn't start in England, though, did it? It started in Europe.
It started in England. It's what we do.
We've been a warlike nation for since year dot.
It's not even just football though. Whenever we go on holiday to places like Cyprus and Spain, we have fights. Football, we have fights, and we're just not good at fighting. We're not good at fighting.
We have the best fans in the world. We don't do that. We go away and party and serenade beautiful women in Paris or Italy, or serenade to little babies that need sleep. And us Irish fans are the best in the world, and you can't say we're not.
That's very debatable, mate.
It's debatable.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Fans.
Right, and John Fitzpatrick backed me up here, right? You name me one match we've been to and we've caused trouble.
Yeah, but you can say that about other nations as well. You don't see the South Koreans kicking off, do you?
No, you don't. I love the Japanese fans as well. Whenever there's a game and the Japanese fans,
I'm just saying personally,
beautifully well behaved. They clean up the game.
When we come to England, right, we never start trouble.
Yeah, but you're saying you're the best in the world. I'm saying there's plenty of others that are just as well behaved.
I don't think there's any fan that's the best in the world. Everyone is.
Well, personally, I think we're the best fans in the world. But South Koreans said they're the best fans. It's a personal. Your country, you think your country did. Do you know what I mean?
No, I'm English, and we got terrible fans.
Yeah, I hate the English fans.
I would totally agree with you there.
We got some lovely fans, but there is a element within the English fans
a minority
that will always look for trouble.
A minority.
Yeah.
And also, I wasn't trying to annoy you, Peter. Sorry.
No. It's just facts, mate. I totally agree. Irish fans are better fans than English fans. That I have no question about that. So,
I remember once this is a funny story. I've told Cooper this before. It was the 1990 World Cup, and the police were bringing off the fans off the boat, and they had cages. Well, not cages, but like big things that they could put the fans into while they were sorting them all out, like passports and everything. So one for the English fans, one for the Dutch fans, and one for the Irish fans, right? The England fans just wanting to get out and go to the pub and do what they normally do. The Dutch fans are all doing what they're doing, right? So the Gardaí man comes to the Irish fans, right? And all the Irish fans are going, meh, meh. There's about 15,000 Irish fans go back to the sheep.
I mean, back to Dutch. I hate Dutch fans. The Dutch fans, as much as I love Dutch people, that when Ajax came to Tottenham, they were desperate to have a fight, but they weren't desperate to have a fight with hooligans. When we were walking back to the car, you would see Dutch people like surrounding old women and trying to have fights with old women. The biggest cowards on the planet. You see this with, as much as we wanted Max Verstappen to beat Lewis Hamilton. 5 years ago, Dutch fans didn't give a shit about Formula One. They didn't give a fuck. As soon as there's a Dutch person...
Excuse the language. I apologise for the language, Ben. Could you please not swear?
As soon as there's a Dutch person, they're suddenly experts on it. And this is a disgrace. And they're trying to go after old women. Dutch people were trying to surround my mother, making fun of her and burping and being disgusting. And my mother would have had all three of them. She would have totally Irished them. She would have battered all three of them.
How come you didn't batter them? How come you didn't batter them?
Because I don't need to. They're not worth it. They're not worth me getting angry.
If that was my mother, I would have battered them. I don't care. I understand what you're saying, though.
Yeah. Forgive Ben's language, but you can see he's got a reason for being upset about it. So,
my sister-in-law is Dutch as well, and she does exactly the same thing. As soon as there's a Dutch person in a competition, they go mental about it.
Yeah. And Ben would like to apologise for his language.
I never apologise for my language. It's dealt with.
Yeah. The Dutch fans definitely do have a reputation for it. They love a fight. There's no doubt about it. Holland against Germany. That's a lethal cocktail if that comes up in a tournament, because the whole history of the Netherlands and Germany anyway.
Argentina against Brazil. That's another dicey one.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it?
I have got a couple of bits of breaking news for you. But we'll get through some of these comments first.
Okay, Guguma, Super Tottenham, thank you. Guguma, that's good, Ben. So, big thumbs up to Guguma from Super Tottenham. Would any of you take Van der Beek from Man United? They just don't play him.
I really rate that guy, and it's weird that he's not playing. There must be a reason.
Yeah, I think while under Nuno, I would have said no, but under Conte, yeah, I think he'd be quite a good fit actually.
Yeah, he would. I would take him all day long. I would take him all day long, personally. And then, same question again.
He is wasted there, definitely.
Yeah, he is. He really is. A good question, Super Tottenham. Good question.
Kaguma, Super Tottenham. Yes, I was wondering about Van der Beek too. I don't know why they do not play him. When he moved from Ajax, I thought he would do so well there. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Well, actually, at the time, it seemed a bit strange that they were going for him. There was other teams often.
They took him because we wanted him, I think.
Yeah, probably was. Yeah.
We've got Wayne Bonner here for his one. He's saying to
replying to
Super Tottenham. Yeah.
I'll take Van der Beek. Good player, but made the wrong move going to United. Yeah.
Just a quick question on that, Cove. Was that more because Ollie was in charge, or is that because of the player? What do you think? Ollie was a good manager?
No. Ollie was just popular with the fans, and he managed to get a little bit out of some of the players. But overall, I mean, when you got opposition fans singing Ollie at the wheel, there's probably something going a little bit wrong with your manager. No,
I feel sorry for him though.
I don't think the signings have anything at all to do with Ollie. Anyway,
was it a bit like when Ozzy was in charge of us? Sort of same thing.
No, different. When Ozzy was in charge of us, it was the fact it was Ozzy Ardiles in charge. He had massive pulling power.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're going to attract some of the world's best players because he was all about the football. We wouldn't have got the likes of Gianluca Popescu just because it was Sugar asking for him. It was definitely Ozzy Ardiles with the pulling power. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he doesn't have that pulling power outside of the sort of Man United circles, I wouldn't have thought. I mean, he was a good player and everything. I wouldn't have minded him at Spurs, but you never saw him as this mega star quality manager, did you? It was a fill-in, really.
Not really. Go on, ref, blow the whistle, blow the blooming whistle here. Guguma, not sure. Ollie never played and always played. Yeah, she's talking to Super Tottenham. Super Tottenham's talking to Guguma. Wayne Bonner's agreed, and Guguma saying Super Tottenham. She was playing to Super Tottenham there. Celery agent here.
We fight crocodiles and great white sharks. Yeah, that's it. Aussies don't pick on old ladies, do they?
No.
Not unless it's Dame Edna. She could look after herself.
And this one, hang on, where is it again? This one here is brilliant. See, I knew my man John Fitzpatrick would back me up. I knew he would back me up. He wouldn't let me down. Read that out, please.
Yeah, John Fitzpatrick got the vote for the best fans at the Euros a while back. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I'm just saying you can't make a sweeping statement saying they definitely are. I mean, you can be voted the best one week, maybe third the next. There are other nice sets of fans about. That's all.
I'm not saying. I wasn't saying that. I just wanted to make it clear that personally, I think. Oh, Cooksey should have finished it there. Personally, I think we've got the best fans in the world, but there probably is fans better than just as good as us. And I have to say, England fans can be good as well. It's only a minority in their fan base that are bad. So let's not say that the minority outweighs the bad for the good fans that go. But I'm just personally, because I'm Irish, that Ireland have got the best fans. But I do agree with Jakuva. Absolutely.
I've got a massive soft spot for the Japanese. When they after the game, you can see them cleaning the stands up. That shows how brilliant a nation they are, of just caring for the stadium and not throwing rubbish everywhere. The South Koreans do the same. All the Asian fans do it. They clean up after themselves. They're there, and it's just a pleasure for them. They're happy to be there. They're happy to support their team, but they're not pricks.
They have a good grasp of social responsibility. It's there from generations. It's lovely to see.
Guguma saying with old women. Yeah. That's what. Yeah.
Unfortunately, unfortunately, quite a few nations have pockets of You know, you can't even really call them fans. They're just thugs. And
Hang on, we have a traitor on. We have a traitor coming on.
Oh my God! It's Hollywood Phil.
Hollywood Phil.
It's Hollywood. It's Judas. It's Judas. What do we do? Your presence with your presence. I mean, how honoured we are. I mean, how is life? How is life in the fast lane?
It's been good. It's been all right. No, it's been fine.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. So
nice to
you're
catch up
babying now.
At home.
Oh, you got home? You're home early?
Yeah. Well, I left a little bit earlier this morning. I think Brian was going to do a show obviously in the studio today.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I came home. Got quite a bit to get done today and stuff. A few things to sort out.
Can we put this now to bed that you're not leaving us? You are signing a new contract with us, and you're going to stay for another 2 seasons. Is that correct?
Well, does our gentleman's agreement still stand?
No, it's in black and white.
No.
That's Daniel
Levy. It's Daniel Levy here. And Tottenham have won the FA Cup of 1981. Take it away, Coof. Let's take it away, Cooper.
Oh, right. Okay.
Take us away. Tell us what's happening now. Tell us the scene here at Wembley. You're John Motson. Do your John Motson bit here now.
I'm not a commentator like John Motson. No. We just won the FA Cup. I mean, how much better does it get? This is like the highlight of the season. I mean, it was great to win the league and everything, but FA Cup, it was the occasion of this whole season. World watching it, biggest sporting thing ever, and your team's winning it. You're just absolutely ecstatic. This is the jumping around the room time at home. It's going mental in the stands. People jumping over fences to get on the pitch, hugging the players, hugging each other, strangers kissing each other. Like it's just mental time. It's
making out in the stands and
that's right.
Making babies and.
It is just an unbelievable feeling, and it lasts for weeks and weeks and weeks. And then when you start turning into an old man or old lady, and you still get this memory flooding back, it still gets you.
There, hugging Aussie.
Could be.
There's that fella with the white coat again. He's always been at every final, hasn't he? That fella with the white coat.
Perhaps he's running experiments on everything. It must be gutting being a player all that way and then didn't get anything. They say it's worse to lose a semi-final though.
Yeah, it is.
You haven't got the occasion. You haven't got the day out.
Right, we'll get some of these comments up here, Coof, very quickly before Stevie lifts the cup.
Vanderpricks.
Stevie raised up. Morning, gentlemen, the folks on the chat. Morning, Stevie.
Morning, Steve. Thanks for joining us. Another new member.
Yep. Hello, Stevie. Says celery agent.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Just take pause for a second.
Yeah,
That's
just got to pause it. Yeah.
One of my favourite ever sites. This.
Yeah.
Stevie Perryman, best captain in my lifetime, with the FA Cup, my favourite trophy.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Just all be quiet then.
This is just awesome. Come on.
No, he puts his middle down.
Get in there.
Where's the fan coming? There he is. The story goes, he did apologise to Steve. He was lifting the cup.
You can see him apologising. He's going down like, sorry, I just had to do it. And it's like, yeah.
You can see the players laughing. And that's it. That's the end of the 1981 Cup final. We'll go through some of the players there. How good it would have been to see Pat Jennings there. There's Ricky.
Ricky, see everybody else beaming smile. Ricky just looks absolutely exhausted. He's just must be so emotionally great.
With his teeth missing.
And my mum's favourite, Aussie.
Yeah. Aussie had to be last,
you just loved Aussie. It's just something about it, the way he'd scamper around with the ball and cheeky smile. It was just fantastic.
Played in 2 cup finals, won one, lost one. So poor old man. wasn't. Right, just get through these comments, and I've got a bit of breaking news to discuss, and then I want to get Phil's opinion on. So we've got Sally, we're going to host Stevie.
The Ollie at the wheel video was so cute and funny. Yeah,
it was.
It really was. Gugu was saying hello to Stevie's Rager.
Yeah.
Stevie saying hello to Celery. You doing good? I hope. Yes, mate. And talk between people. Yeah. Just go for it. It's just people talking to each other.
Right.
Dermot, Barry's or Lions?
Oh. I'd have to go for Barry's. I have to go for them. They're teas. They're teas. They're like tea bags.
Yeah, I just thought it was worth explaining because a lot of people won't know what on earth you're talking about there.
I mean, if I know what you're talking about, people.
Yeah, they are tea bags. They're tea bags over there. But Barry's for me. Barry's all day long.
We used to have somebody swearing about Barry's tea all the time. I've forgotten what it was going on about it now. Anyway, cellular origin. Irish Australian fans are great. Hey, John.
Right. John Fitzpatrick's got something for you coming up, Hoover. My mate, John Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, I know he has. Agree, Ben. Japanese are great fans.
Yeah. Right. Absolutely. I'll read this out for you, Hoover. Okay, so I'll give you a chance. Right. You're right, Phil.
Mm-hmm.
Go on. We just won the FA Cup. Yay! Right. We are the best supporters in the world. We go to tournaments to party and enjoy the occasion. Never, never, never do we make trouble. Hoover, take that back.
No, he wasn't disagreeing with you. He's just
I'm
saying
not disagreeing that they're great fans. I'm
just
saying that there are other fans that are equally as lovely to people. What's wrong with that? I don't see anything to take back there. I'm not disrespecting Irish fans. Anyway, never mind. They're definitely up there. Yeah, I will say among the best in the world. That's what I would leave it at.
I just want to
categorically say you are the best is a hell of a statement to make. I don't think it's justified. I think you can say you are among the best in the world. That I'll agree with.
I just got something to say to Phil. Phil, I find your faith very disturbing. So
Stevie Fraser saying Scottish fans are great. Unless you come down to England.
They were terrible when they played England.
Can I just point out, isn't it sad that society has accepted that England can't play Scotland at football? That we can't do the home nations again and include the Republic of Ireland in it. Isn't it sad as a society that we cannot?
Yeah.
It's sad though, isn't it?
We look forward to those games as well.
Yeah.
It really meant something. It really did.
Yeah.
Especially if the likes of if you're a Scot particularly, it's a one and Irish. It's one of those occasions where you're looking for a bit of payback to England, and it's hundreds of years of built up anger and frustrations all channeled into one game. So
we played Northern Ireland once in Northern Ireland. We needed a point to qualify, and all the Northern Ireland fans were getting on the Republic of Ireland fans for our back. Jack Charlton went up to him asking for a cigarette. Within 5 minutes, he had a whole section of Northern Ireland fans eating out of Jack Charlton's hand. I mean, that was the measure of the man. I mean, he was brilliant. I mean, Jack Charlton he was our best manager ever. By Jesus, he was great crack.
Big character as well. Yeah. It was
the day he resigned, everyone was looking for him in Dublin. He was stuck in some Dublin pub having a pint of Guinness. Where he was.
Should bring Phil on this a bit. Fans around the world, Phil.
I was listening to it earlier. I think you're right. Everyone's fans, their own fans, probably apart from English, are the best because they do everything that you should do. But it's a very generalised to sit and say who is the best. No one mentioned Australia. They behave, they travel, they go to World Cups. Everywhere they travel is a long way. So I suppose it's an opinion view, isn't it, rather than fact. It's not like we're saying who's the best player, who's the best, who's got the best goal scoring stats. We're not saying that. We're asking for your opinion.
And
there's also funny little additions to this as well. The argument. English fans of football, terrible reputation. But if you go to cricket, you've got the Barmy Army, which are well known all around the world.
Same as
well
when I finished
behaved.
rugby.
Yeah, it's totally different sort of style. Yeah, it's strange how it's football that brings out the worst.
I think it's more society. It's a young man sort of rebel, sort of rebel sort of thing, isn't it? And that started from the 70s.
It's a society problem. Absolutely, without any shadow of a doubt, is a society problem.
It was what Jimmy Hill said after the '95 problems in Dublin. It was a society problem. I mean, he was saying that back in '95. I mean, what's changed? Society's still the same.
I've sat at Twickenham in a row with behind me a whole row of Argentinian supporters. I'm thinking, my whole time, I'm thinking, you turn around, you speak to them and stuff. And I'm thinking, I wonder if I went to Wembley, would this happen? Not a chance. They'd be herded into one corner, all kept away. Just bonkers.
Yeah, that's true. We need to get this out of the way. Guguma, hello, Phil. She's saying a great job, and we are talking to the. Yeah, we're all proud of you, mate. Sincerely, though, me, Cougar, and Ben, we're all proud of you. So well done. But,
Thank you.
We're bringing you back down to earth now. You are big. You are getting a bit too big now. So
yeah.
So Hollywood Phil will be your name for a little while longer.
Hollywood Phil.
Just before the questions come in, I didn't find Adele. I did go looking. But
I will say, I did change Phil's name last night to, what did I put, Couth? It's
Hollywood
got to be, yeah, that's it.
Hollywood
Lupis. Instead of Lupis, I put Lupis, and I didn't realise what I wrote.
No, I put that in.
Yeah, was it you did? Cheeky sot.
Yeah, but Hollywood Phil sticks. I think that's it now.
Yeah,
you're definitely big time for us.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do a lot of grovelling to get back down to our level. Right. Also, just very quickly
to get down to a level. That's
might be the other
also
way.
Just want to say, for what I said earlier about what I'm going through, Phil has been, as well as Cougar. I just want to say Phil as well has been a rock for me as well. Also saying we know we're taking the piss out of him for Hollywood film and all this. Yeah, that's fun, but sincerely, he's a top-notch bloke. He really is 100% a proper geezer, as people call him down the East End. And he's, as well as Cooper and Ben, they're all brothers. And Phil, I just want to personally say thank you for all your support and everything. And please will show Phil love and show Cooper love, show Ben love, because these lads are the best in the world. This channel will not be anything without them. And Phil, I just want to say thank you. I'll explain to you after what this is all about, knows, but I just you've been a real support to me, so big up Phil, and it's great to have you home.
It's just because Dermot, he's got a thing for celebrity, and he wants a piece of you now, Phil.
Yeah. Ben tied the yellow ribbon around the old oak tree, and Phil found it.
I don't think we want to use that song, do we?
No.
I love that song. I don't know. I like that song. Always have done.
Right.
Okay. See where your allegiances are now.
I just like the song. There's no allegiance to anywhere. I just like the song. Celery Agent with a cup. Woohoo! Ben Parker, our very own Spider-Man, as I call him, as our very own little superhero. Conte win rate is second in the league behind Pep only. Yep, I would agree with that, guys.
Yeah, there's the huge managers in the world. He's certainly one of the. Again, this like who's the best fans in the world. You could argue for a few different ones. He's up there with Pep. He's up there with Klopp.
When you have a Chelsea fan, a really big Chelsea fan, saying that Conte is the best manager in the world of football, you've got to start to listen.
Yeah,
that's true. Phil?
Yeah, without a doubt. You genuinely, you wouldn't trade him for anyone, would you? Whether it was Poch, Pep, Klopp. For me, absolutely not. You just obviously hope he gets what he wants with the people above him.
Yeah. For me, I would trade him for Pep. That'll be the one exception.
I'd trade him for Phil.
I just love the way he gets the teams playing football.
I would trade Conte for Phil. I think Phil would do a better job as Tottenham manager. And Bennis is.
I'd trade him for Adele.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Go on. Let's get it. Let's get it in.
Thing.
No, let's get into it.
Good going with saying, Ben Parker, really
yeah.
nice. Oh, you're doing the Euro. Oh, no, I'm not even going. No, because you always say that I crackle off at the arm. Yeah, I bet don't I?
Yeah.
Not doing it. I'm gonna wait. I'll save that for when Bob's back.
Yeah. We're going to bring the cup back home to what? Yeah, that's the song. Spurs are on their way to Wembley. Tottenham gonna do it again. They can't stop us, the boys from. That's enough of that.
Yeah.
Phil's trying to look for Adele on his phone.
Sure down. Speed dial.
Right. Ben Parker, 82 games, 50 win, 56.
It's a hell of a record, that.
It is. It really is. Steve Frazier, pure joy. Jeffers Patrick. Dermot Cooper's just jealous of us Irish.
Yeah. In a lot of ways, I am.
And you never beat the Irish.
Soon I'll be over in Ireland than England, that's for sure.
Well, you're always welcome over here, all of you. Imagine
I'm English, mate, so it's not quite that well.
No, you're welcome to Wexford anytime, Cooper.
No, every time I've been over there, the Irish people have been absolutely lovely. I've got to say that. Really, really warm, friendly people.
Wayne Bonner's got something.
True, I mean,
Wayne Bonner's got a lovely welcome back for Phil.
Right, super Tottenham first. Imagine adding Waddle and Gaza to this 81 team. Yeah, you're winning everything then.
Yeah, just get through this quickly. Barry's all day long.
Barry's all day long. I haven't actually tried Barry's tea.
There you go. This one's for you, Phil. Go on, Cooper, read this out, bud.
Who's the fella in the bottom corner? He looks familiar. Yeah, if you watch a lot of Hollywood's movies lately,
it'll be there.
Can't notice it without the red carpet and stuff like that and champagne glass. But it'll come back to you. One of those generic actor faces, isn't he? That could be the lead in any movie.
But did you notice something? All these people that go away, Cooper, they always come calling back at the end of the day. They always come back to where they started.
Who's gone away and come back?
You.
Yeah, but you said all these people. Are you classing me as all the people? I'm now not any Hollywood, all the people.
Yeah, I mean you're
all the people.
Oh, you're in the top. You're in the A plus people. You come back to us EastEnders, Irish sort of.
Who's the one that goes skulking off regularly for their special water or the Evian?
It's actually.
There we go. See,
Robinson's.
This is what it's called today. I will put it up. That's what it's called today.
Vodka orange. Right.
Yeah, no, there's actually a lot. No, be serious what this is. I will be honest with everyone. This is actually medication in this. To be serious, it is. It's special. I've got to drink this stuff. It's horrible.
It's what my dad used to say as well. His medication often made him fall off his chair eventually. Affected his tongue a lot when he was going slurring at me. Drink it, Dermot. You don't spit it out all over the camera. That'd be terrible.
It's a waste of vodka.
Oh, I have trouble getting that down. You made me laugh. Oh, sorry, this one for John Fitzpatrick.
Celery agent Irish is in Australia. There's good and bad.
Yeah,
there's good and bad people everywhere.
Absolutely. Yeah. Cooper, it's all good crack, brother. Yeah, of course it is, mate. We're on too many channels together, mate. I've called you out on some before for being a really grumpy fan, but we know it's because you're frustrated, and same as the rest of us. So we get to a certain age as a Spurs fan, you remember what it used to be like, and that we have the crap we go through lately. It gets everybody angry.
Well, I do have some news on transfers. I'd love to get Phil's opinion on it too, which is great that Phil's back with us again. Welcome home, anyway. We have football clubs here older than Tottenham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can well imagine. Imagine.
Same here. Our dream that never materialised was seeing Waddle, Gascoigne, and Lineker in the same Spurs team. Oh yeah, that was a shame we didn't see that.
Yeah. And if only it had been a little bit earlier as well, with some of those could have had Hoddle in with that mix.
Yeah.
Hoddle, Gascoigne, Waddle, and Lineker.
Well, it's a pity for the other three, but Gascoigne would have got a lot of the ball.
Yeah.
Sally, the agent, saying Aussie fans are fanatic, loyal, and friendly. Yeah, especially with cricket.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say. Go on with this outproof.
St. Dermot, struggling with PayPal as usual. Is there any other way to donate? They hate me.
No, it's only PayPal.
Don't worry. Thank you very much for the thought. Anyway, though, don't worry, mate. Don't worry, mate.
Otherwise, I'll figure it out somehow. Have to call them today. I guess there's been an old issue with my eBay account. LOL, link to it. Well, thank you you're very kind, True Sex Free. Thank you very much. We do appreciate it, though. Thank you.
Guguma, the Truth Sex Free. Yeah. Hello again, Truth. Just saying hello to each other. That's it. Guguma, same again with that.
Yeah.
Truth Sex Free said best panel ever. Everyone can just get over it on YouTube. Thank you, mate.
Thank you so much.
I don't know if Hollywood Phil would agree. I mean, obviously.
No, I don't think Hollywood Phil would agree. I think Hollywood Phil's seen bigger people than us.
He's on his big come down now. It's
I think I'm more Dizengoff Street rather than Hollywood, but thanks to the
Steve Fraser saying you're all pretty Hollywood, to be fair. Oh, thank you very much. You're very.
That's why I'm saying I'm Dizengoff Street. I love Dizengoff Street.
I think of myself as more Sesame Street.
Yeah. It's Carl Simpson's gassing Truth Sets Free. Do you ever sleep?
No, he don't. He's on channels as often as I am. That's saying something.
John Fitzpatrick. He played for Southampton, didn't he?
Oh, Lettice.
Lettice.
Oh, Lettice.
Yeah. Is that your brother or your cousin, isn't it? Yeah. Truth Sets Free says, I tried to, but since I became a Spurs family supporter, I don't. I guess it's the buzz of being here at the beginning of these great channels. I love to see people who succeed, who I love. Well, we love having you here, Truth Sets Free.
Absolutely.
I thought I recognised him from the new Matrix film. That's it, you, Phil.
I watched that the other night. It wasn't too bad.
Any good?
Yeah, it was all right. I thought it's blood out of a stone now, really, isn't it? But it's always reboots.
I was never keen on the first three. I just thought they were just a bit.
I'm still to watch the new Bond film and the new Spider-Man film. So I will.
The new Spider-Man film is excellent.
Yeah,
I've heard that.
If you like your Marvel, then it's excellent. If not, it's average.
I'm probably going to have to end up streaming it eventually. Watch Spider-Man on the web.
Carl Simpson says, "Love it, Truth. You're a legend. Very good, Phil. Very good, Coover. I like that. I just copped on what you just said. So very funny."
I thought Ben was going to do a Boise then.
Steve Fraser. That's Ron Ginga. Truth Sets Free says, "What that did you guys do to me? I know Stellos doesn't believe in stats and he's a great coach, but my core stats have gone the way down since I became an obsessive family member." And then he also says, "It's a testament to you all guys that I just want to be around it. Carl Simpson, my example of saying positive, you are the leader of that."
Absolutely.
Carl Simpson says, "Love it, Truth. Love it, Truth. Too right. Positivity goes a long way." Steve hang on. Yeah, this is the last one. Steve Fraser. Aligo says we're in talks for Mbamba. Yeah, that's the latest I've got for you. I've got more on that actually for Steve, so just give me a few minutes. And
they broke that this morning on the other one, but and again, I wouldn't get excited because all it is we're talking to Wolves. So it's like, we'd like to buy a more. Well, be 5 million.
Well, I can add a bit more onto the price for that for you. We've actually offered Wolves 20 million.
How much?
That's
how much?
20 million.
It's a bit much for him.
What's that?
But that's how much we offered.
20 million and Doherty, which would make the overall deal 20 million.
Yeah.
18 million.
Yeah, well, that's now, I've got that off my source, and it's also on the Spurs web as well. So that's
thing is, you know full well if we're going in at 20, they're going to want at least 35.
Yeah,
they wanted 45 in the summer, didn't they?
Yeah. Also, Tottenham also interested in signing the 19-year-old Man United right back Charlie Wellers. That's from the Sun. Well, I don't believe anything that paper says. Right,
I don't know anything about him, to be fair, but
no. Right, this is the one with.
This is thing, isn't it?
No, this is. I can actually confirm this is actually happening. I've got it confirmed by 2 different people. Tottenham are in talks with Luis to extend his contract until 2023. One more season has been approved by Antonio Conte. Now, that's what the Spurs and Webb are saying. I can confirm that he will sign a new one deal. So he's spending one more season at Tottenham.
It's always a likely option, that one, wasn't it? Ties in with the World Cup and everything, and yeah.
Did any of you actually get to watch the game yesterday?
Yes.
Did you notice something?
Yes.
Just something I wanted to point out. Did you notice Conte nowhere near as excitable as normal? And I'm me putting 2 and 2 together goes on the back of we need to discuss transfers and value and stuff, and clearly there's not as much money there. What a surprise. Did anyone else notice that he just looked he wasn't himself yesterday? He was like almost like he'd been kicked in the nuts and was like, right, I've got to get going again.
It's possible, but there's also I also thought it could be because we were so much in control in that game. Which is exactly as he said he wants the games. He's not interested in 5-3 exciting games. He wants a 2-0 where we're in control of the game the whole time. And that's what we were getting against them. They played almost entirely in their half, us raining shots in. So perhaps that's why he's just quietly thinking, yep, they're doing what I want.
Okay. Like just before.
Yeah,
yes,
no,
it's
very good.
Interesting. Could well be true.
Yeah. And that's something we'll talk about later in the Half 5 show. I just want your thoughts on this very quickly, Phil. We did say this earlier. I just want your thoughts on it. Antonio Conte's first meeting with the board about January transfer window, he was told that money would be tighter following the summer business. I mean, Alistair Gold is actually quoting that. Personally, for me, I think Alistair Gold, as much as he's great, needs to cheer up a little bit because it's always doom and gloom. I think
he's a fan and he reports on Tottenham. It's tough.
Doom and gloom, double doom and gloom.
Yeah. Personally, do you believe that? Do you think there will be money made available, Phil, or do you think that's true?
Unfortunately,
considering what you just said and what you saw yesterday, are you putting 2 to 2 together and now getting 4? Or were you putting 2 to 2 together?
Bizarrely, I think bizarrely, but with absolutely no shock whatsoever. I don't think there is the money available as we should, because we did a good bit of business in the summer. What happened to all the extra money that was coming into the club would go to to the football side? So where's the 110 million from the NFL and the boxing gone? Because that's Vlahovic and Kessie right there, and still giving us enough to go and look at Traore. If we pick those 3 up this window, great. But I can't believe we've gone from Martin Yoles, Keane, Defoe, Berbatov and Mido to Harry Kane. And yes,
Well,
Harry Kane outdoes all. Sorry, I was going to say Harry Kane outdoes all four of them, but he's also not a robot.
I was going to say, this is the thing. As far as I understood it, the football club will generate its own money. Now, the boxing events is not the football club; that's the stadium doing it.
I thought his words were all additional money goes to the club. But is he talking to the club as in the PLC?
He's talking. We're not a PLC though. We're privately owned, Phil. Tottenham were taken off the stock exchange a long time ago.
Yeah, no, but what I meant is, as in the business, the other business that's not the football. That's what I meant.
Yeah, I think what you're trying to say, Phil, and I actually agree with what you're saying, is the money that goes from all these events goes back into Levy and Lewis's pocket. It doesn't go to take off Tottenham's debt, which is 700 and something billion or million in debt. It doesn't go back into the transfer market. It goes back into the club to pay back Levy and Lewis, their big retainers. What was it? Levy paid himself €7 million for completing the stadium.
Yeah, 2 years later, double the budget.
As I understand it, it's we have a Champions League run, for example, get all the way to the final. That's worth what, 120 million, something like that. That goes straight back into the football club because the football club generated those funds by the run. But the events that are happening in the stadium, we are tenants at this stadium.
But that wasn't the belief that he said, and we all know that he's a lying person, and that's why no one of us believes a word that comes out of his mouth, or even more importantly, does not trust him as anything. If you've got poor tools, which we have because we've got poor players, how are they going to generate as much as Man City, who have got better players, generating more revenue because they're going to go further in big competitions?
Unfortunately, that's the reality we were probably facing, isn't it, mate?
Until you bridge that gap, and again, as we've said many a time, we're not asking for 400 million at every transfer window. You probably only need to do 2, 3, maybe 300 in a one-off, and then the rest of the club would generate itself because they would get better, or they would do better. When we sat there thinking, I wonder if we might get sneaked back into the Conference League. No, it'll be a serious top 4 spot, and then you generate your money next season. Even if you went out in the first round of the Champions League, it's worth 40 or 50 million. There's your next big player coming through, and so on. But until you've bridged that gap, we're always going to be like we are now.
And you look at, say, the AJ fight, for example. It's not Tottenham Hotspur proudly presents the AJ fight, is it? It's the fight, and then it just happens to be at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Yep.
It's separate business as far as
it is.
I do agree with
just hang on. Just want to welcome Oliver Freeman. Ollie, I think that's Ollie from the WhatsApp Hotspur group. So thank you for joining us, another new member. And so I just wanted to read Ollie. And sorry to interrupt you guys, but I just wanted to welcome Ollie in. Go on, Matt.
I believe in Kuva's opinion earlier that we wouldn't be going on how much money we've got because football clubs will up the price. So I do think we've got to take it with a pinch of salt whenever it comes from a journo. And the club aren't always going to tell Alistair Gold, as much as we all like him, that what we're thinking of. If Alistair Gold came out and said, we've got 300 million to spend, all right, where's some of this 300 million? I want some of that. We've got to be realistic that the club aren't going to be Newcastle, because that's the seems how Newcastle are being run at the moment, saying how much money they got. We've got to be clever with some of the deals we go for.
Yeah, and Alistair Gold's also sensible enough to know that he can't report on things that are not wanted to be spread by the club. So they'd stop talking to him if he's giving out information they don't want him giving out. So there's always a sense of it's sort of filtered through the press office with his releases, but at least it's based on fact then rather than pure speculation.
Yeah. I think we'll do True Sets 3's comment and then we'll call it a stream there. We are back on at 5:30, so we've all got little things to do, and that is coming up now to 2:00. So been on now for nearly 2 hours and 20 minutes. So We'll get this last truth in, and then we'll go around, find where everybody is, and then we'll discuss what's coming on later. True Sets 3 says Conte is a master at winning football games. That's rarely all there is to it. I mean, we haven't lost in the Premier League with him. Unbelievable with these players. Yeah, Conte is the god. Right, guys, we had a great morning watching the Outland Cup final. Kuva, where are we going back to next at 5:30?
Well, you've already said we're going to do the UEFA Cup final second leg from 1984 as our little watch along, and continue talking about any sort of day's events. That's where we're heading, I think. A couple of the most iconic games in our history on the same day.
Yeah, well, it's just the day after New Year's Day, so we thought we'd give all your fans a bit of a little boost before everyone's back to work Monday and Tuesday. So everything Christmas is over, so we'll end it with a bang.
Yeah, make up for that rubbish we watched yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, me and Cougar were watching it, right, and the poor old Cougar would, I want to go to sleep, and I wouldn't blame him. Phil, we are doing the watch along on Wednesday for the Chelsea game. Are you excited to doing that?
I don't want to say I'm excited for the stream. I'm nervous for the game because, however poor Chelsea are at the moment, if ever there's their cup final, it's like ours, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, we both hate each other's clubs, and you know, if we could. If you were given let me ask this very quick question. If you were given the choice this transfer window that we would sign nobody, but Roman Abramovich leaves Chelsea and calls in the debt, which would you take?
Oh, Abramovich,
Yeah, same here. Same here.
Yeah. So
Ben?
it shows the discontent between the clubs. Yeah. So yes, looking forward to the game, but nervous as hell. I think we might sneak a draw away, and I'm hoping for a return hammering. What I would say though is back to the normal phrase that we use is I trust in Conte. I think we're better when we play better teams because it gives us that little bit more space. They're definitely a 3-5-2, whichever way. They're definitely three centre backs, so it fits with us. But there is no way that Conte would not have done all of his detail, his analysis, and absolutely know the best way to compete.
And he knows those players as well, with most of them.
Yeah.
So looking forward to it. A couple of days back at work, and then away we go.
Yeah, and Coop, we're doing the post-match straight after us for a little while, won't we? For half an hour afterwards, anyway. But this is only a tried one, isn't it? We're only just doing the see what happens.
See how it goes. So it's a popular thing doing the watch-alongs, isn't it?
And then our next games after that is Morecambe at home. Then we've got Chelsea away in the semi-final second leg, and then we've got the big one on the 16th of January. We've got the Scum.
Are we on TV for the FA Cup?
No. So we will be definitely doing the watch along for that for people that can't watch it. The idea of us doing the watch alongs is for people that can't watch it on telly and just want to enjoy three fellas down the pub watching the match, including Ben. Four fellas down the pub watching the match, just enjoying it. But are you going to the match on?
I'm not going to the Morecambe game. I didn't get the tickets in time.
No.
Unless the tickets
are you going to the
up.
Chelsea?
Are you a season ticket then?
I'm a season ticket holder. Yeah.
Okay. I'll just get through these comments quickly. We've got Oliver Freeman. Enjoy the football, lads. I will try to get back at 5. We're on at 5:30, Ollie. So we're here every day at 5:30. Guguma saying thank you. Guguma, thank you. And then True Sets 3 years. He's got his little words up. I'm just going to quickly.
You'll never ever be as successful as England.
You'll never ever be a Phil-Latis.
All I'm going to say is you'll never, ever, ever, ever be right.